Yeah, there it is. Johnny Cage and Aaron Black. You know, Cage, one of those characters that people didn't really rate this character super high day one. They realized he just plays Mortal Kombat 11 really well. And we immediately slow it down for though. Wake up down 2 from PogChop immediately with the uppercut. Tries to punish. And wow, okay. This game has been a bit all over the place so far. But maybe TNT can get a simple combo off the uppercut, but a decent amount of damage nonetheless. Yeah, I mean, after that connected, PogChop kind of looked down at his pad a little bit. One of those typical execution errors where it's like, hang on a minute, what happened? You know, because you're so confident and just spending as much ammo as possible just to get some juggle, knock him into the acid. I like it now for some extra damage. That was a risky shadow kick. But he's going to live to fight another day. There's the duck. That's now 2 times PogChop has dropped the 2-1, 2-1-2. It's very unfortunate, but it is a tricky input. You've got to be really fast with it. No, it's one of those things that you need to make sure that you aren't screwing up, though, right? It's one of those strings that you have to dial in. Like, the trick to it is the string is 2-1-2-1-2, right? But you have to do the entire string before the second hit is even finished, because if you don't, you won't get it. And it is so important. It is your main combo starter. It's obviously a crushing blow. If it's a counter or punish, like, it's a useful thing to have. A PogChop, you know, not his first rodeo. Just to be able to clean it up, manages to get a big down 2. Ending things. Okay, there's the meaty, the mid. Blade gets caught without blocking. And again, that's 2 wake-ups in a row. PogChop is just meatied and straight away an advancing kick. It's going to take it. PogChop going for the fatality. I like it. I like the choice. Obviously, we saw some ropiness from PogChop early on, you know, missing some strings and not quite getting the execution the way we know. But still managing to make it work in the second round. And that's what you expect to see. There was a pretty significant change. Obviously, we have the luxury of seeing multiple cameras. PogChop in the middle, after round 1, put his headphones on. I think his execution errors and some of the discomfort might have come from the fact that you couldn't hear the game, right? But obviously, you know, the stream stage, I believe, does provide headphones. So PogChop was able to kind of make sure he could hear the game. And that does make a massive difference, man. Even if you're experienced in an offline setting, and you're used to playing on setups that don't have audio, the moment you do, it can change your execution quite massively. But that was a nice turnaround. No confirm. That's unfortunate. Oh, PogChop trying something that doesn't work, unfortunately. Going in for the 1-1-1 slide. Well, I feel like no mistakes have been heavily punished yet. You know, Bladed has opportunities to land damage and kind of dropping that confirm. That didn't even combo. This is a bit of a spaghetti round, but right now it's PogChop coming off slightly better. No confirm again. That's 2 times we could see the full combo. Caught trying to do just a point-blank nut punch. Another drop combo, but even though it just continues to happen, PogChop isn't really being punished for it. Wow, I think that's the main reason he's not looking too flustered either, right? Because PogChop, I mean, he's going to know about these execution areas, he's going to know about these mistakes, but he's making them while constantly in the lead. So I don't know if he really minds too much. Oh, okay, and we see the crushing blow drop kick. Haven't seen that in a while. Commits into the low at the last second. You know, there is somewhat of a mix-up there, and it's one of the harder situations to Fuzzy. Wake up fatal blow, but remember, fatal blows only have armor from the 5th frame onwards, and if you get... Wait! Uppercut brutal? Oh my word. Does that mean he wasn't blocking? Does that mean PogChop wasn't blocking in that match? Dude, that's exactly what it means. And he was going for 100%. What a PogChop thing to do. My goodness. And it's the neutral duck at the end. That was just such an exclamation mark. But, I mean, there it is. We waited a little bit. Obviously, these guys were sitting here ready to play before our break took place. They had time to get their button checks and stuff. And that's the PogChop we know and love. Goes for the no blocking brutality in tournament and gives the people what they want at the end. I think that's our first uppercut brutality we've seen of EVO this year. So if anything, PogChop can say that, you know, managed to get that. But again, you know, it's one of those games where we know PogChop has been around for a long time competing, right? You know, obviously he's a serious player in his own right. But that kind of match is a nice example for execution errors and, you know, general ropiness. It happens to everyone. You know, even someone like PogChop that we know is like super good at Tekken. He obviously puts in a lot of time, and he's obviously coming to MK11, has done since Combat Breaker, so obviously he's putting in the effort into this game as well now and playing it here at EVO. But even a player like that that's been around for as long does have games like that every now and then where you do mess up some of your basic strings, you do drop your combos, but as long as you don't let it affect how you play the rest of the match, that's what's important. You're going to drop combos, I mean, but you just can't let it ruin your game. Quick recoveries in tournament they're hard to explain and they're easier said than done. But our next matchup, you know, you guys will be familiar with Michelangelo. He's an old school MK old school. We didn't really see him a lot in Injustice because he's primarily a Mortal Kombat. He's an MK guy. He's an MK guy. There's no two ways about it. Michelangelo does have a EVO medal of his own, Mortal Kombat in 2016. That just disgustingly efficient summoner Quan, and he's been, you know, he was rocking Quan Chi for a long time. in Mortal Kombat X, and he really like thrived on that summoner. But it was mostly his zoning. You know, he had the setups and he had the dirt, but it was just really good spatial awareness and how to keep people away with summoner. He was really the player in MKX that shed light late game on how good Summoner Quan still was, but for different reasons. Now, moving on to MK11, though, that's where I personally get a little bit confused in terms of character choice. I feel like every time I see Michelangelo play, he's playing a different character. Obviously, he was mainly known in MK9 for his Cabal. MKX, like you said, Quan Chi, who of course isn't really in this game. But I've seen him play... R.I.P. I've seen him play Sonya, I've seen him play Kano, I've seen him play... I think he's dabbled in Cabal as well.
I've seen him play Aaron Black too.
I wonder if he plays Shang.
Maybe.
If you were a Quan Chi player, Shang Tsung's not a bad pick. And he's actually hovering over. You know what? That was a god-tier prediction that he plays Shang Tsung. Even if this is technically a button check, I reckon he'll play Shang. I'm willing to bet. I can definitely see it, right? Like, again, it's shades of MKX in terms of, like, obviously not just the fact that they're both, like, evil sorcerers, but I mean, like, zoning, projectile, decent buttons. Obviously, the big thing that Shang doesn't really have is a mix, but he's not built around that. He's not supposed to mix you for days. He has mix-up tools, but they're not supposed to be what his game is built around, right? He is
Shang
really
Tsung will
strong
mix if he morphs into a character that can mix, and that is well, you'll see that.
But even then, he's going to morph into a character that can mix and do more damage while he's doing it, right? But the Shang Tsung morph is dangerous to do in this game. Like, it's very practical. Because of the way the wake-up game works, it's very practical for him to get off the ground and just take a free hit.
Especially if you have that morph timing, remember. For those that don't actually know why, while they're doing their button checks, we may as well go over why the morph for Shang Tsung isn't really used a huge amount in competitive. After the timer is up, Shang Tsung will morph whether you like it or not. Yeah, you can somewhat prevent that by like walking back, and it doesn't interrupt animations to morph. So
and if you're getting off the ground, you can do a wake-up attack or delay a wake-up.
There are certain things you can do to prevent the morph, but 90% of the time, if he's going to morph, he's going to change back. And while he's in that state...
You can only delay it. You can't prevent
exactly.
it.
While he's in that state, he's free to getting hit. There's a tight window. Yeah, it's tight, but it exists. And competitively, if your opponent's timing your own morph timing, you can just accidentally reset yourself, and they'll just full combo you. We've seen it many, many times. And it's not a new thing. That was a thing in Mortal Kombat 9 as well.
But what I like about it, though, right, is the Soul Steal is there. Yes, it's universal, which is great. So every Shang player can choose to use it if they want, but it's not necessary. You can 1,000% play Shang and never use the Soul Steal.
Thank you, based shoulder charge. I'm pretty sure that shoulder charge only exists as a special just to give Shang the option to stay as himself. But yeah, he's going in for it. A little bit of a canon movie matchup too. Liu Kang, Shang Tsung. Shout out to Character
Go on, man. Give us
legend.
Oh, sure, right. Okay, never mind. I was about to say, give us the trap dungeon. Go on.
I think we all popped off when Character was Shang Tsung. When we realized in this game that they were continuing it through. What a cast!
It hasn't gotten old either. It's still so good. But Michelangelo, I think Shang is a great character for someone like him though, and I'm really excited to see how he plays.
Ooh, okay, goes straight into the 3-up-2 is a weird string. It's one of those really bizarre ones. Has deceiving range, but that's Shang Tsung. His standing 3 is one of the better standing kicks in the game, I think. Has lots of range. It's good for combos. And it's Wuxi Legend Liu Kang, so a teleport. Won't go amiss versus Shang Tsung, but if you're Michelangelo and you're familiar with how to zone people out and they go for a teleport variation, it's kind of obvious that's why they picked it. Now, the thing is, though, like, if someone's going to just go for the buff and teleport willy-nilly, there is quite a lot of options you can do on the defense. Or I wonder if that was a flying kick attempt. Now we see. Okay, and right there, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Jumping in the neutral against Liu Kang will pretty much make any of his Wuxi like, teleport options whip, and you get a full punish on it. And Michelangelo knows immediately. Shang Tsung's forward throw does less damage, but it does heal him by a couple of %, and there's the punish. Standing 3 again. And he can just stick it out. Doesn't even need to end it. I assume that might have been a shoulder charge ender, but who cares? He's done so much damage. It doesn't even matter that he didn't get the ender. No, this is just efficient, dry play that Shang Tsung does best in Warlock. Like, good game one. Pretty good game one. No, it's definitely going to be the Hell Sparks we're going to see Michelangelo go for at the end. Now, but isn't that a question in itself? What do we call them? Are they Inferno Skulls? Are they Hell Sparks? I think the community is kind of just unanimously calling them Hell Sparks. Yeah. I mean, you're not gonna. It's granted. I know Shang had it first, but no one really named special moves back in Mortal Kombat 3, so we'll forgive that one.
Still though, very powerful, very powerful.
The John Turk ground beam.
Let's definitely not call it that. Now, okay, here's an interesting thing, the change. So, Liu Kang actually isn't really a bad choice against Shang Tsung at all. He can compete with the fireball game, he has the damage. The fly kick
ruins Hellsparks at pretty much all ranges. And obviously, like, Shang's defense, his pokes, he has really good pokes, but they're stubby, which is what makes it quite difficult to get out of, like, heavy offense pressure. But Michelangelo, oh, now for the first time, we saw him immediately try and go for the morph. I think he wants to become Aaron here. Yeah, he does. And he's gonna get some pressure, too. You know, he wants that kind of mix-up game. And he knows what strings to press. You know, we have seen this guy using Aaron Black at Combo Breaker, and there's the risk. Almost full combo. Not quite. He's going to get a jump in now as well. Keeps it nice and simple, though. Wants to guarantee it. You know, Shang Tsung has got that really funky range where if they're just shy of the corner and you hit the Hellsparks, you can jump in and get even more damage. Okay, now he's going to morph. What does he do? And there is... Oh, no, he went for it too early. That could have been a guaranteed hit. Because the thing is that Michelangelo, he had no defensive bar, so he couldn't wake up, and he delayed his wake up. That should have been a guaranteed meaty to punish the remorph, but didn't matter. Michelangelo manages to not only get out of the corner, but take the round in the process. But that's why if you play Shang Tsung, you've got to be familiar with managing your own morph timing. He knew it was a threat, and the delayed wake up was just a read. Robin Hood, unfortunately overcommitted, goes for the back three by itself. Overhead again. And Irek, how many times is that overhead going to hit people this weekend? If you haven't labbed Shang, that will just chew you up for breakfast. Ah, the low again. Oh, go straight into the low. Oh, and the wake-up fatal blow now. Nothing, in my opinion, nothing to worry about. It depends, because like I've said before, this is definitely a character that can make comebacks. All he needs is one hit into the acid puddle, and it's going to be very scary for Michelangelo. But the problem is the range. Michelangelo is playing the distance game a lot more well, and oh no, that's going to be it. That's enough. There it is, and nothing Robin Hood could do about it. No breakaway left to go. A clean hit on that back three, and Michelangelo with a very smooth 2-0 moving on. The fact that he plays Shang Tsung just doesn't surprise me one bit. Like, it's a character that is very heavily built for him. Like, I think there's something about sorcerer characters in Mortal Kombat that seems kind of universal. Like, there's a certain play style that if you're a sorcerer kind of character, you're a little bit tricky, you've got some irritating tools that are frustrating to deal with, and I almost feel like that's by design, that if you are one of those kind of, you know, mischievous characters in the lore, it feels like gameplay-wise that does translate a little bit. You can normally spot a Shang Tsung player before they've even picked him. Well, that does mean we've officially seen our first on-stream Shang Tsung of the tournament, of course. I know we've had a lot of Shang in the pools that weren't streamed earlier this morning, but again, a character we expect to see a lot this weekend. I know that there's always a portion of the community that is nervous, like, new character, how good are they going to be? Are they going to dominate tournaments? Are they going to be there? But I, for one, don't mind the idea of that happening because it really shakes the game up, right? New characters, as soon as they become legal, and you know, again, for those of you watching, they might be wondering, like, why is he only just legal now? There is a 30-day ban for when the character is publicly available to when they're allowed in pro competition events. So even though he's been out for at least a month, this is the first pro competition event after the 30-day ban that is implemented when he is now able to be playable, right? Because EVO is one that kind of fell right on there. But I mean, Shang Tsung, he's the old news now, I guess, technically. You know, we've seen Nightwolf's about to come out. Old and busted, and Nightwolf is the new hotness. Shang Tsung is the old and busted, and Nightwolf is the new hotness. But I mean, like, gameplay-wise, Shang Tsung is, I think, oozing lore. And there's a lot of people that kind of favor that defensive style. They've gone with him. Nightwolf kind of looks like a brawler to me. You know, from that trailer, like, he just swings. This character is just swinging, which I'm excited to see contrary to Shang Tsung doesn't do. You know, there's already the 2 DLC characters, and they look like they're pretty vastly different. So we'll see what happens there. Which is what you want to see, right? Yeah, you definitely don't want to see 2 characters play exactly the same way as each other. But obviously, we've only seen a trailer, so there's still all the speculation in the world to be had as we wait a few weeks. But we're going to be moving into our next match for now on stream, of course. Welcome, this is EVO 2019. This is the EVO Championship Series. This is the biggest grassroots tournament in the world for fighting games. This is the biggest Mortal Kombat 11 tournament, period. The biggest Mortal Kombat tournament, period. And we are at the baby stages. We're just in, like, round 1 pools. We're going to be here for most of the day. I actually think it is all day today. It's just pools, but we've got, like, over 120 pools to get through, so it's going to take some time. So you guys looking at Frozone and Southtown King? If you like pool stages, then stick around, because this is going to be a long day and plenty of Mortal Kombat to get through. And there's always a blessing and a curse whether you have one of the earlier stages. If you have an early pool, then you can kind of play your matches, chill out, and then focus on getting casuals and grinding for the rest of the day. Or for the next day, depending on whether, you know, when pools end. But if you're playing later, there's a real anxiety that comes behind it. You know, I'll never forget, EVO 2015 was when you and I were last there competing in it. And you had an earlier pool, and mine was 4 PM, which back then was one of the later ones. And I couldn't tell which one I'd rather have had. The 4 PM pool I felt warmed up and ready, but I was nervous all day.
It's personal preference.
And I was like, man, I wish I could have just got it over with, you know, in hindsight.
I think it's definitely personal preference as to which ones you know, as a player feel more comfortable with, right? Do you, were you staying up all night grinding games and enjoying Vegas, or were you like, you know, did you go to bed early to want to be up early, right? Like, there's so much to do here, right? EVO is so much more than a tournament nowadays too. You know, there's plenty of exhibitors. There's loads of like convention-esque things.
I mean, it's a fighting game festival, isn't it? Really?
Hell yeah.
That's exactly what it is. It is a celebration of all things fighting games. And if there's a fighting game out there, you'll probably find it here somewhere in some capacity. And I mean, we're in Vegas, right? This is such an exciting part of the world that we've been here, I think, what, 6 times?
This is our 6th EVO, yes.
And EVO still never ceases to amaze me with just how different it is, at least the strip anyway, to the rest of the world. You kind of fail to think, like, how can people exist in everyday life in somewhere as wacky as Las Vegas?
I guess when you get used to it, it kind of just is what it is, though, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Now, button checks are out of the way. Frozone and Southtown King. It was Cabal and Raiden the button check. Usually that's what we see him stick with. Oh, maybe not. We're going to see something else.
A little bit of a mixy mix.
Oh, now this is a tough matchup for Cabal. Digital Soldier is the main one because it is the. Oh no, he's going for Yas Queen. So we've seen obviously, you know, those of you that watched Versus fighting over the last couple of weeks, we saw a lot of counter picking of Cabal with Digital Soldier Cassie, and it really was because of that, the crouching gunshot and the general neutral full screen control it has with it. But Southtown King is playing Yas Queen, which doesn't get the gunshot, which is the problem move in the matchup. So question is, will it be the same for Yas Queen? I can't say I've seen this matchup played.
At forward 2-2-4, one of the weaker crushing blows in the entire game. Counter hit or punish, and it does crushing blow, but there's not a lot of damage there. More than regular, but here comes the unbreakable.
Enough for what it is.
Yeah, this is the unbreakable. Now, there are 2 mines when playing Cassie Cage. You got low gunshot from Digital Soldier, which gives her crazy good neutral and zoning. And then you look at Yas Queen, which is all about unbreakable damage. Now, she's going to confirm into the stun. She'll leave it grounded. You're only going to be able to ever break in the corner when she can launch you, but other than that, you have to be a slave to the damage all the time. But like you said, this variation of Cabal will be able to somewhat, like, you know, play that range space neutral a little bit better against Cassie. He's not going to get super low profiled.
Now, problem I can see having though is a big thing about Yas Queen is just the shoulder done raw to just punish anything that whiffs, right? Whiff Punisher, if he misses like an air saw on block and doesn't amp it, it's probably going to punish that too. But still, Southtown King looks like he's in complete control. Tries to go for that grab. Now that, I could only assume was an imp error to go for the environment on the grab. Meant that was a completely unbreakable combo and almost lost him the round. And the raw fatal blow, but no punish to be seen.
Again, we're a little bit of a ropey. The instant hop as well, confirm that's dead.
No, he dropped the combo, but no block coming out of Frozone.
I mean, technically death, I guess. We'll go with that one. But in that situation, normally, the second that stun lands, obviously it's going to be completely guaranteed. But this early ropiness that we're talking about, you know, these pools aren't very long. And some of the pools at EVO are pretty small.
Well,
so you don't have to play a lot of matches.
The thing is, I normally am not a fan of the whole kind of like our players nervous talking point, because I feel like it's very rarely the actual case. I think if there's one tournament of the year that actually has relevance, it's probably EVO. I mean, especially when you know how big the event is.
Players will anticipate EVO all year round. And the moment you're sat on stream and you're playing and it sinks in that, hang on a minute, this round or this game I'm playing in, you can see on the graphics up top, if it is correct, no losers side of the pools too. So whoever loses this is actually out of Mortal Kombat. Like, this is an elimination match.
Oh, no hit confirm onto the Nomad dash. We're going to go into the crushing blow instead. And you said it right. It's a 21% crushing blow, but off a safe string, not bad. Oh, jumps over the gunshots, and there it is, the reactionary fatal blow. Frozone finds some breathing room. He's going to have the life lead. Now Southtown King is going to be in his own fatal blow territory. Is that going to be the mind game here? Are we going to see him try and bait it? Are we going to see a whiff punish? No, huge desire. Wow, wow. He woke up swinging. Buttons off the ground, and it worked. Into the mid. Now Frozone. That was his best chance to win a round back, but unfortunately losing that fatal blow in the process, that's an important resource that is no longer available.
It is a hefty price to pay trying to win a round on a fatal blow that doesn't work. You know, that's a really big resource that you've now lost. Trade so far, a down 2's connected as well, but nothing to worry about just yet. And that's another down 2, and there's the stun. Goes in for the mid, but unfortunately, second time now we've seen that combo drop. Tries to really maximize some of the damage. Maybe it's worth just doing 1-1-1, honestly. I know it's much easier to do, and you can get the nut kick at the end. You can get the positioning as well.
Oh my goodness.
That hurt.
We saw a crouching just down 3 into no man.
You know, I
dash.
think I've seen that blade spin more in this game than I've ever seen it used all competition. Like, you just don't see that special move at all, but that should be death. That's death right there. Chip, not needed. The grab instead. And Southtown King showing us why this variation of Cassie is one of the best in the game. Some people say that Cassie, they think she is the best character in this game, and that variation being so devastating for unbreakable damage is why some people think that.
I feel like there is definitely a case for it, though. The thing about Cassie is that she doesn't really have any direct counters, because she has like certain matchups that aren't ideal for her with specific variations, but for most of the matchups that, like for example, the handful of variations that might not, you know, that Digital Soldier might lose to, Yas Queen does fine against. I think Shang is a good example of that. It's so Warlock Shang beats Digital Soldier pretty much is the gist of it, because the whole point of the variation is the crouching gunshot, which trades unfavorably for her with like, you know, the corpse drop and stuff like that, and is punishable from max range by the Hellsparks, which is huge because max Hellsparks range is really far. So all of a sudden, literally the reason you pick this variation, you can't use it. Go to Yas Queen, and all of a sudden, Shoulder is really good because now Shoulder punishes Hellsparks in the same fashion. You have unbreakable damage. You have obviously, you get a lot more mileage out of your Fatal Blow, so you get more bang for interrupting strings, for whiff punishes. And the whole character does that so well, you know, and that's the whole point of Cassie. She just doesn't really have any direct counters, which is why a lot of the community kind of regard her as #1 right now.
So heading into our next matchup. Cnu? CNN000. I have no idea how to pronounce that. I'm really sorry for butchering it, which no doubt I'll do a whole bunch.
Is it Canoe?
I can't tell. I'm really nervous that I'm going to mess that up.
Or is it Cino? Maybe it's Cino.
Maybe it's Cino.
Let's say, I'm going to say Cino.
Well,
and I hold the L if I'm wrong.
Well, I know that his opponent is Polo. That one's easy.
That one's much easier.
That one's way easier.
Or is it? I'm looking at the monitor right now. Is it Polo or Poto?
Polo.
Polo. It is Polo.
Yeah.
My
eyes
doth not deceive me.
You need a new prescription, mate. But so far, in a tournament like this, there's so many different things to factor in, right? How many players have approached us this morning alone, and you've heard the term constantly used, hey man, this is my first EVO.
And not even just first EVO. So many people are like, this is my first tournament.
There's something about EVO which just brings in the players that just haven't ever experienced it before, you know? And there's just something about EVO that it just sucks all the newcomers. Where they watch it every year and they go, man, that looks so sick, I want to be a part of that.
It's like a magnet.
And then a year later, here they are.
That's
got to be
crazy. It's a hype magnet. The amount of people that will watch EVO 1 year and then go to EVO the next, like, that's probably the most common story I hear from players. It's like, I watched Top 8, I watched all the Top 8s at EVO last year on Twitch, and I'm here now because I wanted to be involved in it the next year. You know, and it's really, really cool.
Loads of players get hooked on the FGC because of EVO. It's the one thing, they catch it on Twitch or something, and they're just like, man,
I want to be involved.
I want to be a part of this.
But honestly,
I
honestly feel like that is in itself partly why I love EVO so much, just because you can literally do that. I mean, name any other like competitive gaming event on this caliber that you can watch 1 year and next year you can just rock up and literally play it
and be in it.
You ain't got to qualify, you haven't got to be invited, even though there are roads to EVO events around and various leagues that the prize might be a flight to EVO. If you want to just come to Vegas, register and play at EVO, there's nothing stopping you. You can literally just do it. You know, obviously, you know, you got to get yourself here and you know, get a flight accommodation, whatever, but there's no real restrictions. It is completely up to you. And that community feel that is fostered because of that is absolutely just breathtaking.
So it's our first Kotal Khan of the day. I know Kotal Khan's not seen to be an amazing character, but we've seen in pool play this character put in work. Shouts to Furious Pillow. That major result for him, defeating Hayate at CEO. And this is a character to think about. In a 2 out of 3, Kotal Khan can still beat that ass. I mean, Kotal Khan he's one of the seen to be one of the lower tier characters, but again, like, he's command grabs, which means he has mix-up potential. He does decent damage. He's got long-range buttons, and we have seen this exact matchup go well for Kotal in the past. Staggering that forward 3. Always expecting the flawless block on the end, so Aaron Black players like to kind of keep it individual sometimes and commit to the whole string. Back to back. Resets into unblockable. That move can sometimes be so active it catches you off guard, but definitely not in that situation. This is where it can get quite dangerous, though. Those rifle bullets. He only has so many, but he only needs a handful to take the round. Sino was looking good until he missed that confirm, right? He must have just, he saw the back 2-2 hit, and he must have just instinctively thought, right, he's probably going to break away or do something else, and then this is going to work. Oh, the full string finish. That is safe. Now, I like him trying to stagger, right? He's really trying to establish the threat of these advancing total buttons, but Polo not going to be too scared by them, it looks like. The drop kick, and back-to-back, good block, and there it is, the amplified up 2. He misses the combo, but an immediate down 2 to retaliate anyway. That, unfortunately, doesn't work. He tried to dedicate for something. That up 2 hitting so high up in the air that it can often really mess up a player's timing. It's definitely not the first time we've seen that. Commits. Oh, reactions! The read! I mean, I feel like that. No, I think that was a reaction, 100%. It feels like he jumped so early, he just held it. It really feels to me like he was just holding up, but either way, not even really any point talking about it. It doesn't really matter. Honestly, it doesn't matter, because the important thing is it worked. Exactly. And if it works, it took the game, that now means you're 1-0 up. That's always a weakness of Kotal Kahn, though. He really doesn't have a lot to stop you from jumping. If he can enforce his command throw game, it's quite scary. However, commits into the big unsafe blow. Oh, he tries to whip punish the wake up a little bit too slow. Oh, big jump in, and now actually had enough hit stun to get the entire string, even though the second hit missed. Expecting the jump in, back-to-back jump. That's 2 wake-ups in a row that I'm pretty sure didn't come out. That looked like an execution error to me. Oh, Sino, I think Sino is definitely getting a little bit flustered here. We saw him go for wake-ups, and he just tried to wake-up roll because he woke up with stance change, but he didn't have defensive bar at any point. Not being too aware of his resources, unfortunately, as Polo is going to take a commanding match point already.
Round 2, fight.
As long as he can keep Kotal Kahn in the corner, he can lay the pressure on. Neutral jump. He's been getting away with so many neutral jumps all set. It's no wonder we finally saw it scouted out. Clipped by the low, massive risk into a very low reward. You know, it normally exists to kind of catch someone off guard or trying to press or whatever. There's the command grab. Not bad now, because he's going to throw him into the corner. No amplify, though, because he wants the Oki. Oh, there's the low. And they'll wake up straight through the unblockable Polo, and there's the slide. This is dangerous. Oh, whip punish on the wake-up attack. Goes for the back-to-back. Good block from Sino to keep himself alive from the crushing blow. But a throw, is that going to be enough? I think it might just be. Yeah, the Dynamite. Dynamite is going to do it. And Polo, 2-0 in dominating fashion. Yeah, Sino had a good start. He had a really, really good start in round number 1, and it kind of just sort of slipped through his fingers. And eventually, he was very much like an all-in or nothing. I know that's kind of in some ways Kotal Kahn's design, where, you know, this kind of character, he kind of needs to make those big plays. A command grab is a massive risk. Some of his strings, yes, they've got range, but they're really slow. So in some ways, pressing buttons is a massive risk too. You need to kind of go big or go home with Kotal Kahn. And I think that's obviously what probably sets him back.
You have to be fearless. You just have to be.
Because sometimes it works out and you just steamroll, but not all the time.
But it requires him having the momentum, and that's one of the biggest problems I feel like Kotal has. He doesn't have amazing defensive tools. Like, he has the up 2 for good wake-ups, right? You know, and the flawless block. He has the big range. However, it's not quite enough. You know, he doesn't have any real fast mids to kind of contest and do the most with his advantage. A big thing is obviously like the command grab. He doesn't get to choose which side he sends you. So if he's going to use a command grab defensively, he might accidentally like corner himself or position himself somewhere he doesn't necessarily want to be. But I feel like that's just what you have to accept, right? When you play a character like Kotal Kahn, who again we've seen he definitely does work competitively. He does have a place. It's just definitely going to be hard work for you. I always kind of felt like Kotal Kahn, what would benefit him is just a new variation. You know, I know it's been said in the past during development streams and stuff like that, you know, creating new variations to use in tournament mode is definitely something that has not been ruled out. And if any character in this game would benefit from another variation that kind of really maybe contributes towards some of his totem, it's going to be Kotal Kahn. Because anyone that plays Kotal Kahn in customs has kind of experimented with the different totem combinations, and it's both really, really fun, and it does make him quite scary at the same time. I feel like he just needs one variation that gives him some totems, maybe a damage totem, and damage and health together is kind of broken, so maybe not. But, you know, some variety wouldn't go amiss for a character like him. Moving on, regardless, we're going to be seeing the return of Rello, who we saw fall to King Hippo in winner's side. It was quite a dominant Liu Kang mirror match, but he's going to be up against, oh hi, it's Pete. Hi Pete. Hi Pete.
Nice Scorpion skin.
That's actually well cool.
Now, Reborn Scorpion is, I mean, if anyone that's played Combat League, you've seen this character once or twice. He's not the most damaging variation in the game, but it's all about these at any moment, he could either let the teleport rip or he could cancel it. And if you're waiting for the teleport to punish, a cancel teleport can sometimes be a free button. Because there's no way you're going to see a teleport and always press. You can react to it sometimes, but not all the time. There's always a chance he'll just
at the same time, like, Scorpion is a very strong character. But at the same time, I feel like the reason you don't see Reborn work as well offline is because a lot of the players offline, especially when obviously like you're playing offline, right? It's not online. A lot of the players are really good at like reacting and kind of being ready for like the different timing, right? Because if Scorpion goes for a teleport and cancels it, or if he goes for a teleport and a button, or a teleport and he just lets it rip, it is all very different, specific timings. And you can be ready for all of them if you obviously know the matchup enough. Now there's teleport, pulled the trigger off, but not amplified. Does amplify, but no punish. Got to make sure that you're punishing these correctly. Okay, that's more like it. Meterless launch to punish the spear point blank. I wonder that the hop was probably just a read on wake up roll, I imagine, but another combo there. Doesn't end it, but still sitting on a fantastic life lead. No punish on the neutral crouch amplified fireball. That's like the way you have to deal with that special for sure. Another teleport, again, another attempted punish, but ends the forward 3 early. Rello, I feel like he kind of just felt like he wasn't going to time it and went for the just early end of the string to throw instead. Take the first life bar. Yeah, there's two possibilities there. It's either a forward 3 left by itself or a forward 4-3 with a forwards pressed too early. And then you just get a 3 standalone. We've all been in that situation. Throw escape, no whiff. Expecting some sort of a commitment there. And there's the commitment, and that's not safe. Definitely could have got a bigger punish though, but Relo has been so far ahead of this set, honestly, that these lack of punishes haven't mattered just yet. Oh, okay. That saw the cancel, went for a grab of his own, but Relo teched it. Big whip punish from that teleport. Finally gets it. Second bar gonna be spent. Oh, I like that choice. Ends it a little bit more unorthodox, but Relo is still standing, so went for a grab reset. Oh, big punish on the fly kick. Yeah, reversal punish on flying kick is one of the game's best full screen punishes out there, really. Blocks the up 3. Trying to take a turn, keeping the offense nice and basic. Eats a throw though, that's bad news. That's back to the corner, there's the roll though. Forward, 3-3-3-3, and now he's in a great position. Oh, there it is, throw punish. The thing is, he could have won the round on that duck. Oh, if he loses the round, he's going to regret it, because he could have won the round. Oh my God, must have helped. There's been like 3 opportunities. Peter's had to take the round. And there it is, the immediate fatal blow, Relo. I really like that choice though, actually, from Relo, to realize that Pete had the round like 5 different opportunities, but refused to take it, but was continuing to press regardless. So Relo was just like, hell with this. If you're going to mess this up this many times, bam, armored fatal blow. And it worked. That's going to take that first game. I mean, it's a message to send, isn't it? And it is unfortunate. It was the beginning of the end when we didn't really see a proper punish on that duck's low fireball. You know, Liu Kang will throw out a low fireball because if you try and interrupt the gap of forward 4-3, low fireball hits you. Low fireball by itself is unsafe. The amplified is safer, but there you can duck it. And that is the play. It's all a read, but if the opportunity presents itself, you gotta take it. A little bit freezing up there, those standing ones. I'm not really sure what they're supposed to be, honestly. I wonder if he's just trying to kind of stagger them to get the throw game. We know that Pete's been going for a lot of throws, but not quite working that way. Now Relo again, optimal punish. Oh, drops it. We're seeing a lot of general execution errors from Relo here. I feel like Relo, he's getting a lot of opportunities to launch, but whenever we see him do it, I don't think we've seen him finish a combo yet, unfortunately. Hasn't mattered too much, because obviously he is winning, but unfortunately Pete is just getting absolutely rolled over. Tries the fatal blow. Oh, walks up, Relo, not close enough. Honestly, it's been a constant issue I think both of these guys have had, is just no punishes. Normally there is a lot more than usual unsafe moves being thrown out on both sides, and there's just no punishes. So it becomes almost like a different meta in itself. It's just who can clip who at the right time. That's a punish, but I mean, here's what I'm talking about, right? That was unsafe as well. There are so many moves, I think, that are being left unchecked. I feel like a big part of it is, it looks like Relo is going for optimal punishes every time, right? If he sees that he can punish with forward 3, he's trying it. The problem is he's not getting it most of the time. I'd almost like to see him just go for like 1-2-3 bicycle kick. Just something that, yes, it's not optimal damage, but it's more than you'll get with the combo that you keep dropping. And I feel like there comes a point that you just have to kind of like cut your losses and go, right, I need to do something easier just to get the damage, and also for a character like Liu Kang, the optimum ender, right? That progress towards the bicycle kick crushing blow. A good knockdown to enforce Oki, or build the distance. You punish something that's unsafe with forward 4-3, you just end it in up 3 and get a crushing blow launch. Like, there's so much damage just left on the table
table, waiting to be taken. But right now, Relo, I feel like he's my pick to win this. They're playing very similar to each other, and Relo's just hitting a lot more significant hits here. His Fatal Blow's now in play. We do see a full combo at last there from Pete. Grab as well. Now the pressure's going to ramp up. Oh, never mind. Still had it, and that's going to do enough by itself. Tick damage not even required. Now that's a really big round for Pete to be able to stabilize. That was the first one he's put on the board, but in strong fashion too, right? Aware of the crushing blow. Good combo as well. Punish. Yep, there it is. Oh, he missed a special. Yeah, for those that don't know, forward 3-4 can't be special cancelled by itself, but if it crushing blows, it can. And it leads to massive combo damage, which unfortunately we didn't see. Now here it is, escape failed. Now next throw that connects for Relo is going to be dangerous. Throw escape himself. And cancels. Oh, wow. What? Did they trade? They definitely just traded, but no confirm on the back 1-4. That could have been a full combo, and with the Amplify ready too, that would have been bad news. Grab him out of the parry. I like it. And just like that, Pete straight back in and not ready for him to amplify. He's been not amplifying it so much. That's so unsafe. That is so unsafe. No, as I've been saying before, though, I feel like Relo has definitely recognized that he's not getting his punishes on time. Yeah, so he's going for throws. He's going for whatever he can. Oh yes, give me these pokes, baby. He's definitely not aware it's unsafe for sure. No, I think he is. He's just trying to. He's not been timing it properly. That was the first time we actually saw the punish. So I think he definitely is aware. Watch out for that fatal blow, big jump kick. That could have been a fatal blow confirmed from the wake up into the raw fatal blow. The punish with his own. Relo manages to hold fire on the back of quite a ropey series to still get that punish on deck with his own fatal blow on the back of obviously having the awareness to block Pete's fatal blow. Super clutch, super clutch. I mean, when a match is as, I guess, you know, we'll kind of say as unoptimal as that one, it really comes down to who does the best with the situation that's been given. You know, because at the end of the day, if they're both playing their own game, where, you know, both players were playing kind of identical, honestly. You know, there were a lot of things that weren't punished and a lot of stuff that, I mean, it wasn't optimal. But if they're both on that playing field, it has remained a level playing field rather than someone having a significant advantage over the other, which is why we saw King Hippo do so well. You know, because all the damage he took here and there wasn't really very impactful. And then when he finally knew something was unsafe or it was his time to take something, he would just go like massive damage, crushing blows, full combos, like the works. But then case in point, let's think about that situation a bit more in depth, right? And you're looking at how long those games were and how many times they actually had to hit each other to take the round. When you don't punish moves that are unsafe, you miss out on damage, you miss out on knockdown advantage, you miss out on everything, right? Corner positioning. If you drop your combos all the time and your punishes are like 10% here, or you drop it, whatever, and you're getting hit by wake attacks constantly, and you're doing so little damage, it just has to make you work so much harder, right? And that's by far the most important reason to get your execution crispy and as much as you can. Because the more damage you deal in your combos, the less of them you have to hit.
I'm just trying to make it faster.
Now we have Dracarys versus that guy Mars, as you can see on stream. So, you know, they've got their button checks, and we'll find out what characters they're going to play soon. But I'm going to put you on the spot, Mustard. Go on. So for the people at home, everyone's got fancy brackets and top 8s, they think, and all that good stuff. Who do you think, of all the players that we have here, have a good chance of winning EVO? With the exception of, like, Dragon and Sonic Fox, who are kind of the top 2. Well, right? I feel like they're definitely a safe bet, for sure. I think it's easier for me to say top 8 predictions, right? Obviously, Dragon and Sonic Fox, I would be very surprised if they weren't both top 8. I think Foxy Grandpa has an amazing chance of making top 8, provided he plays well, especially now he's playing Shang. I think that really is the question is, Foxy Grandpa has made 3rd place with Kung Lao only at 2 separate events. Now he's got Shang Tsung, not only to play a lot, which he has been doing, he's even won, you know, he's already won tournaments with Shang down in the UK. Shang is that complementary character to his bad matchups, which he now has. I think at the same time, Biohazard has been playing out of his mind with Kano and is definitely very confident. I would love to see Biohazard make top 8 with Kano. That is going to be a difficult task, but if anyone can do it with the character, it's definitely him. But I hope we get the chance to see it as well. I mean, and even then, like, I would love to see like DJT. I was watching DJT play his pool earlier on. He's still playing Baraka. He's still got these ridiculous flawless blocks. Like, there are so many players here that we haven't seen at every pro competition event, but we know are sick at the game. And I can't wait to see how it pans out. I really can't. I mean, truly, the best in the world are in attendance, and there's no 2 ways about it. Obviously, Tekken Master was looking good as well. Oh, yeah. Vianality, Dizzy TT managed to get his first pro competition top 8, looking to kind of continue that. Hayate, the Vianality champion here to play. Like, there are so many players that I can see doing well, but only so many of them physically
can make it in the bracket.
I mean, Tweedy, Kombat is here.
Oh, how can I forget? Tweedy, Kombat. I know Tigers is here as well, right?
Silver Eye. Man, there's a lot of players.
Big D, of course.
There's a lot of players in this tournament that we can expect to do well, but button checks are now done. Going into our next match here of pools, EVO2019.
On the
And how
EVO
about
stage.
the EVO
Mwah.
stage? Oh, it's one of the coolest. It is one of the coolest stages. But now, I do believe...
Is his clan tag Game of Thrones?
Yes. His clan tag is Game of Thrones, and his gamer tag is Dracarys.
That's great.
I sentence you to die.
Oh, a wake up coming through. First time I've seen Jackie on stream, which is actually quite a surprise. Yeah, she's a very, I would say one of the most common characters in tournaments nowadays.
And she is just hyper crazy aggressive. You know, she is in many ways the best rushdown character in this game, but not having an opportunity to really fight back just yet. They're going to kind of trade these strings back and forth. They straight up dash punch.
Ooh.
That duck could have been much, much more, but not yet.
And there we go. That's why I actually would have liked to have seen before then. Just the simple 1-2-3 into bicycle kick. Big, well-timed jump in as well to make sure he didn't jump into the wake up too. That was really clean.
Fight.
Oh. The 1-2-3, only the second hit connects, so he's actually doing all right there at the end of the world. The duck, but no whiff punish on that mid.
No, he tried. He was a bit close. Oh, no, he tried to interrupt, but decided to way too late. No bar spent. I actually think it was quite surprising to see Dracarys opt to spend the crushing blow on that when he didn't have the bar. Because mid-screen, that really does limit your damage considerably.
Well, we'll see if they'll live to regret it.
There we go.
Neutral duck again. And I believe this should be the crushing blow requirement ticked off, so expect the next hit to end the game. Yeah, especially at this health. Over 30% damage it does by itself.
Oh, that could have been a punish. He went for it.
Went for the amplified low fireball instead, try and keep himself a little bit safer.
Oh, the whiff!
Oh, the whiff! I can't believe it! That was almost the game. That could have been just a...
Oh,
God! Oh, my God. There's some fans in the crowd. You hear that? Oh, absolutely. You guys at home probably didn't, but we definitely did. Now, we know that Mars obviously taking the round on the back of that fatal blow. Important to kind of stabilize that, but Dracarys, he does have the crushing blow on the bicycle kick ready to go. And that's what I'm worried about, because one of those almost immediately is going to be a bad situation for that guy, Mars, but he's trying to avoid that. Takes the plus frames. It's respected, though, by Dracarys, which is good. Understands he has to block there. Spending resources, just trying to take some damage. Oh, and he just commits! And now, if he didn't have it before, he definitely does now. That's 4 bars used.
Oh, okay. Goes
Watch
into the overhead.
Nunchucks broke.
Rarely see that due to it being unsafe, but you can throw it out if your opponent's not ready.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he already used that.
I do wonder why we haven't seen a crushing blow, honestly. That could have been a lot. Like, surely
There
now.
it is.
Surely
Now
now.
it is.
There it is. You're right. And at the last minute, the grab. Liu Kang's grab game is so scary. He has so many mids that you kind of have to respect. And neutral ducking in Liu Kang's faces. I mean, you're a madman. Forward 4-3 is so easily confirmable that if you're going to duck, it's like, man, god damn, that's the hardest of hard reads. There are some characters you can kind of afford to. And Liu Kang's
again,
definitely not one of them.
it's why we always say that he's a very mind game heavy character. He's built around conditioning you. His rushdown doesn't look complicated, but there is so much going on in the mind of the Liu Kang player a lot of the time to, you know, especially at like the absolute highest level when you try to make it work. Big whiff punish. And there's 1 amp. There's 2. Very reminiscent of the first round, actually. They're just trading pokes for pretty much the entire game here. Oh, escape failed. Doesn't really mean much as Jackie. She doesn't get crushing blow grabs because she certainly doesn't need them. God, could you imagine if she did? Oh, I'd rather not think about it. Geras too? Ugh. Imagine that. Now, I really like how Dracarys has been playing around the dash punch. Oh, a counter hit that time. Mars tried to press. Hit confirm. 1 spent. Okay, crushing blow now loaded. Oh, big jump kick. Resources spent and match point earned for Dracarys. And again, he's going into this round with a lot to spend on damage. One of which was spent on the amplified projectile, but it doesn't really matter, honestly. The cancel as well, but one thing Dracarys, I was about to say hasn't really been done, is getting opened up. This entire series, there's been very few Jackie full combos because there hasn't really been avenues to confirm into anything. Oh no, counter hit. And wait, no, he can end with the bicycle kick. Oh, no, he dropped it. That would have done so much. That would have been the best. That would have been the best ever. Not that it matters. This game's pretty much over unless we see a miraculous comeback, of which Jackie can make, but not today. The down one's going to snuff away any comeback, and
Dracarys. There's some shouting in the crowd. I don't know how many people are there, but there's definitely some Game of Thrones fans here in the crowd. Dude, if I'm actually really sad he dropped that corner combo, because if he ended it in the bicycle kick crushing blow, that would have done like 60% almost. At least like mid-50s at the lowest. There's one thing Liu Kang just doesn't really struggle with at all, it's just landing massive damage on you. You know, he's a character that is almost like built to do that. But that's always been Liu Kang's design. He's not a very complicated character. He's never really been that fiddly, except for MKX, of which Dragon's Fire was just, you know, you have to mail order yourself some new hands after you've played that character for a year. But he's normally always been designed to kind of be this jack of all trades and good at most of them. Well, I feel like especially when, again, he's one of those characters that can like, he can save a crushing blow for a rainy day, right? There aren't many in the game that can do that, that can, you know, stack it up and then just use it whenever they want. You know, Jackie has the same thing with her, you know, clinch crushing blow, bicycle kick. When you have access to that massive damage that you can just go for, when you find yourself in the final round territory and you haven't used it, you know you're never going to be out, right? The comeback can happen, or you can just delete someone just like that. All right, so I've just been informed we're going to waste no time because, my God, we have a lot of Mortal Kombat to get through and the pools have only just begun. We're going to go for a quick break, but before we do go to that break, I want to give a big
Kombat 11, bringing you the hype. As always, Mr. Aquaman here.
And I am EGP Wonder Chef, and we are here with the second block of pools. Now, the early pools in EVO are quite literally the Wild West,
yes.
Right? There are hundreds and hundreds of people that I have never heard of in my entire life. But we get to see what happens when you don't know people, because we have people like Ninja Killer, for example, right? So I'm excited to see some people that I've never seen, see some things that I have not seen before, some surprises out here in the Wild West.
100%. I have never walked through a crowd and met so many people that say that they're at their first event ever.
Yeah.
And here for Mortal Kombat 11. That goes to show you this is the largest Mortal Kombat tournament in history, ladies and gentlemen. I want to make that known. This is the biggest tournament we have ever had, ever. And we are definitely going to see, hopefully, some early surprises, because a lot of these pools, you know, looking at it from a pro competition standpoint, are names we don't really recognize. They're not household names, and I want to see who makes it out of these brackets and here makes a name for themselves.
Right, and of course, just as a reminder, these are just the very first set of pools, so they move on to essentially almost a second set of pools. Like, you can't even really necessarily
There's like three waves of just pools here before you even get to what could be considered, you know, the semifinals or anything like that. You have to go through wave after wave after wave. Thousands and thousands of people here. Well, 1,576? I can't remember the last number right
I couldn't remember the exact number either, and so I
close.
chose to avoid it. I was going for the safe path, but still an insane, just an insane amount of players. And like you were saying, I've met a ton of people, and I even know a ton of people like before this that were like, yeah, this is going to be one of my first events ever, like offline. But, okay, do you know who we have up to play?
Luckily, a name that I know. We have got representing SKO. Shout-outs to the SKO crew. Scar, Ominous, Kevo Demand, their group of training these young players. This is Hold My Jin. This is someone who I know very well. This is a regular in the stream channel, someone who's definitely up and coming, has a great name there, going up against Muggs, and shout-out to Muggs for that shirt.
Yeah, I like it. He's got technically the mean mugging shirt, right, with Oscar the Grouch. It's kind of saying like, yeah, don't mess with me.
That's right. That's sending a message. Guys, fighting games is 90% mental. You can get inside your opponent's head. You walk up with a shirt. I mean, look at what Buffalo, a.k.a. Daddy, was doing at Combo Breaker, wearing a shirt that got into your opponent's head.
Please do not remind me.
But tell me that you wouldn't be mentally thrown off if someone sat down next to you with that shirt on.
I'm mentally thrown off if Buffalo is just anywhere in my general vicinity, all right? But especially, yes. I don't know if there's any way to successfully prepare for that. You have to be a real certain type of person.
That's right, and yeah, I was going to say shout-outs to the SKO crew, and let's see what Hold My Jin has to offer here, as I don't really know him too much in the offline scene, primarily online. I want to talk to him after this and see if this is indeed his first event, but he's coming in looking to make a name for himself here, and on the opposite end, we got Muggs, both here from the USA. And I wonder what the character selects are going to be.
If he is, coming from that group with Ominous and Scar, etc., that I mean, their whole goal is to bring players up and turn them into top players, right? And bring out more information to the game, etc. Just kind of level everybody up, rising tide, essentially. This is a really good example because I haven't actually seen any of their players that are a little bit less well known, kind of in competition yet.
Yeah, this is actually going to be one of their first kind of showcases. It was newly formed, and we're going right into match number 1. And we have got Dead of Winter Sub-Zero, which has that wonderful anti-zoning tool with an amplified ice ball we see already in effect right here. But throwing out those massive mid-range buttons here is Hold My Jin, rocking the Heart Pierce Scarlet, looking for the teleport, but too much on the startup there.
Yeah, so far, just getting mixed. All right, are you going to go for a reset here? We are. Goes for the throw. Nice tech. That was really, really important. But again, we're seeing really beautiful spacing right here from Muggs, just stepping outside of that mid-range that Scarlet always wants to be. We're going to see a little bit of life back from Scarlet.
And, you know, this is kind of the, wow. I was about to say, this is kind of the playstyle that we see out of someone like King Gun with this character. But wow, has Muggs come out absolutely swinging. What a reaction to the teleport to put himself one hit away from the first round. That was a ballsy whip punish step with that slow of a normal at that range against Scarlet.
Yeah, I mean, her whole game plan revolves around either zoning you or controlling the mid-range. Now, she's not going to be able to zone because of this amplified ice ball, but her mid-range game is what she's going to have to... Wow, that, you're talking about risky. Low projectile underneath the ice ball. That's super risky, especially amplified. Would have not gone over it, but I like the parry.
Something else that's risky in this matchup is that parry because Sub-Zero has a low starter. There are some characters you simply don't have to worry about that against. But here we go. Are we going to Mixed Town? Here we go. And he's 2 for 2 on taking a throw. I would be trying to fuzzy my life off right there.
Yeah, I don't even think about the throw there. But Sub-Zero's throw is super scary. You get Oki off of the forward throw every single time.
Well, it's going to be a good trade. Every trade for Sub-Zero is a good trade with that ice ball.
You say good, I say bad. It just depends on which character we're looking at it from.
That's right. Looking for the mix. And you know what? He knew that Hold My Jin was looking for the throw both times, and if you're looking for a throw, you're susceptible to both overhead and low mix-ups in that state, and Muggs out swinging so far this matchup. Hold My Jin hasn't gotten really much of anything going. He looked for the big comeback, oh my goodness, with the health regenerate, but the damage is already done at that point, and so far, he's actually done a good job of defense in the hit stun of Sub-Zero here, but I think that we're going to see a lot more mix coming out of Muggs, and here we go.
Yeah, this is how it all begins. Oh, wow, that was a really far-range throw, but hey, still manages to get something out of it. Really great whip punishes with back one so far.
His spacing has been immaculate with that back one, which is, it's on the slower side of a whip punish, you know, if you think about it at the end of the day.
Yeah, overall, I mean, it is a really, really good range, which is almost more important than being fast against a lot of Scarlet strings that she can whip, which is still really rare to see her ever whip anything.
Once that jump kick is active, even going back to MK9, MKX days, Sub-Zero's jump kick has always remained the same, and it's always been amazing. Wow, beautiful crouch this time. Hold My Jin with the even better option than trying to tech the throw. Read the throw with the crouch right there, but it's not enough still. Muggs has just maintained control this entire time. Hold My Jin needs to get something going. He's gotten straight hits, but not the big damage.
Yeah, that's one of the big issues is that her main combo starter is going to be 2-on-2, and we haven't seen a lot of fishing for that. I think the best bet here is going to be trying to force some whiffs. But whiffing yourself is the exact opposite of what you want to do, and this is the worst spot ever.
He's really caught about 5 or 6 whiffs with that back one. Big damage with the crushing blow, and now he is putting himself on match hit right now. He just out of the range. Are you kidding me? That whipped right in his face.
He ducked the wake up 2. I didn't even know you could do that.
I did not. Yeah, that's the what?
All right, well, I mean, apparently he did. And punishing with the perfect crushing blow throw was the ultimate statement. Like, I know 100%
I think
what
they
you're
don't even know what. He's like, wait, what? Why did that whiff?
Hey, it works. I guess it's a high.
They're both having a laugh there. Muggs, that was a really strong Sub-Zero showing right there. The spacing was immaculate. How many back one whiff punishes we counted?
Yeah.
That's rare.
It was. And
but against a character like Scarlet, who's if you're outside of her normal range, that back one is going to outspace it.
It's true. You really have to play the spacing game perfectly. Scarlet's walk speed is one of the best walk speeds in the entire game. She's got a lot of really far advancing normals, so you can really like screw yourself over if you try to make her whiff stuff, especially with a character like Sub-Zero. But yeah, like you said, spacing was perfect, and it is really interesting the play style that we saw from Muggs, because usually when we see that variation of sub, people do tend to cash out a lot. You get a lot of extra damage with the shoulder amplified ender with the axes at the end.
Also
and really
the corner carry,
yeah, and corner carry, exactly. But it was almost entirely resets there.
Yes, which is how if I'm teaching someone how to play Sub-Zero, I honestly would push them towards that route of, you know what, just mix. Take away their wake-up options, which are incredibly strong in this game. Take it away completely, and you could just try to blend someone to death. And you know what? it really is in some cases a 50-50. And unless you're Sonic Fox, apparently you can block everything. But
yeah, apparently on reaction.
No,
all the time.
Even then, you have to look out for the throw. You have to look out for the stagger game, and they can throw the different timings off on those mix-ups, especially if you haven't practiced trying to react to the forward two, which I'm not going to try.
No.
I'm being completely honest with you guys at home.
Way too old. We're both way too old.
That's how I would say play that variation is just try to mix someone to death.
Yeah, I mean, especially against Scarlet, whose wake-up buttons are really good. You know, like wake-up up 3 is one of the best in the game. Easy, right?
17 yards in front of her, yeah.
And if she anti-tires you with it, like just clipping your leg, then you get a combo. And yeah, you don't want to give her those opportunities, right?
Absolutely.
And she's not really going to use her bar for too much else. So just take your damage, take your resets, say, I'm never going to knock you down. I don't care.
And, you know, we talked about that, how Hold My Jin just never got the damage out there, never got the hits himself. Almost every normal he threw out at that max distance range of Sub-Zero's back one got whiff punished. Almost every single one. Every time he threw out a button, thought that he was going to try to set the tone of the space of the normals, which is what he's probably used to with Scarlet, simply wasn't there.
Right. I mean, just when you fight somebody whose spacing's that good, then that's what you see. And I do have to say, too, I'm going to get real nerdy with this. A lot of times it's about what you're searching for, right? So you can't just necessarily be like, I want to get a hit into a knockdown against Sub-Zero, because you still can't zone him. It doesn't matter. So going into things like amplified low projectile to leave you plus like 22 on blow or on hit, and with a restand, or trying to like do full combos, or trying to get life back, all of that would have maybe been better options than just trying to land knockdowns with tentacles, etc.
And the thing is that in order to get there, you have to hit your opponent, which he did not find too many opportunities.
That is true.
So all of that whiff punishing from Sub-Zero is what shut all that down, because if he had gone into the active 2-1-2, it would have been a much different story. But no, he simply outspaced or outtimed it every single time. And coming in this next match, we've got Mantis versus King Kelbo.
All right, two players I'm not familiar with.
I met King Kelbo out in the crowd, so this is someone who I've got my eye on here. Mantis didn't get to run into just yet, and I see that in our next match is a kind of a household name, especially in the online Mortal Kombat scene, Sicarios.
Oh wow, okay, yeah, I haven't seen Sicarios in person for quite a while, actually.
Same here, and I'm really excited. He did a lot of damage back in the MKX days, especially in online tournaments. So I'm really curious who he's playing here in MK11, if it's going to be that Liu Kang, and how he looks.
Yeah, well, we'll see after this match, of course. Right now, just from even listening to the button checks, you can hear a lot of ice shattering. I'm not sure if that's going to be what they're actually choosing, but we did get to see some really good sub play, so kind of going after that. It's like when you do a comedy routine, you know, you're like, how do I follow up that guy? He was so funny.
Oh. Shang Tsung. So this is a character. This is the first tournament where he is allowed on the pro competition. So that was one of the biggest storylines coming into Evolution 2019 for Mortal Kombat, was the fact that it's the first time in competitive play we get Shang Tsung, baby. And the talk of the town is, how much are we going to see him? I think that after the first couple of weeks, Chef, it's going to die down a little bit. The hype for Shang, I think, kind of died down a little bit, and we're not going to get that overly intensive usage of the character that we thought coming into this.
We'll see. I mean,
yeah,
the character,
we will see.
I still think the character is extremely strong.
Yes.
We're seeing, oh, wow, it's the launch, not an attempt to combat for that. So that's really tough, but after that ender, you can do the up skulls. You got to do the far up skulls. It barely connects, but you can get a little bit of a combo off of it.
That's what, I think that somewhere in the lab, someone said it was on like a 2-frame link or somewhere on there.
It's not too bad, but the thing is, even if you miss it, you're usually safe. So
that's right.
Might as well try.
And we've got thin ice Sub-Zero this time around, so probably gonna see a little bit more slidage. And look at that chip damage. Odie, if you let go of block, I've gotten hit by the exact situation where you don't know when it ends exactly unless you play against it all the time, and you can't get hit by the last one. I know that. That's
just one singular hit, and you're like, okay, I can move after this. And you're like, oh, I can't move after this anymore.
Oh, he had a huge opportunity right there. Shang Tsung's forward 2 launches in the corner. It's a massive damage in and of itself.
There you see right there. It's also plus on block. Wow, okay, blocked. Fatal blow.
Ooh, had to have been an input error right there. Look for the short hop and not going for the conversions here. Oh, well.
Take it raw. Just do it.
That's what I'm seeing lacking out of King Kelbo there, is that in the corner, he's missing out on a lot of damage.
Yeah,
a lot of it's on the table. Might be looking for breakaway, though. We don't know.
Maybe, but even still, I think there are better options than just sitting there. Definitely some drop conversions. Is landing a lot of strings. I mean, 4-2 is a great footsie string. Kind of slow, but that range is far.
Hey, off that launcher, you can just do a 1-1 safely, even on the breakaway, and you can kind of take it from that. And if it happened or not, here's a good trade. For Mantis to the corner we go. I think that's why he ended the way that he did. He didn't want to give up that positioning. So smart. And speaking of a really good jump kick as well, Shang Tsung with that same angled, active as crap kick that are just the top tier jump normals in this game.
Yeah, I mean, all of his jump normals are great, but also it's really easy for Shang Tsung to combo off with jump kicks because he's got the ground skulls,
Yes.
they come out super fast, and they appear instantly, like, across the screen. So it's not the issue of, like, travel time, it's just like, boop, pick you up.
I see a lot of Shangs play that keep away game and like on a jump back kick and it gets so active, if it touches them, bam, full conversion with the far skull.
Yeah, and that is, let me just say, like one of the most frustrating things that can ever happen to you in this game. You get hit by a jump back kick into a full conversion.
Into full combo, yes.
From a zoner.
And then you're back to full screen going, I have to go through this wall of up skulls, flames, active normals, everything.
Yeah, and so one thing that we're
Bodies
not...
hit the floor.
Oh yeah, oh my, 90% damage, bodies hit the floor. But one thing that we're not seeing here is just how much damage Shang Tsung can achieve. He is a really high damage character for some pretty simple combos. And he gets to knock you full screen, zone a little bit more. Zoning, of course, is going to be scary against sub. He's turning into sub.
And he just does slide, of course. Why not in that situation, right?
Raw slide, just do it. Just do it. Clearly, he must have expected that he must have had some experience as sub, right? But also, I mean, raw slide, just do it.
It's also, so anyone, watching this game or thinking about getting in this game for the very first time, Sub-Zero is a very good beginner character. He doesn't have a lot of depth when it comes to special moves and normals, right?
He's got like two special moves in one
special
variation.
moves, right? That's it. And then he's got to use his normals that are just a good basic tool set to have.
Yeah, a lot of ways like you can learn like how to play footsies with his down 4, which is really, really good. He jab punishes things. He's got mix-ups, so you kind of get a sense of like when you can take advantage of things. Oh, that was actually a beautiful whip punish. Oh, and we are seeing the start of the conversion, the start, not the end yet.
If you do that first 1-1 too quick, it'll drop on the second one. It's very unfortunate.
You actually see a lot of Shangs do down 1, 1-1, 1-1,
Yes.
2.
It's an easier pickup for only like 1% less.
Yeah. Way more consistent, but it's not too tough to do the first one. But again, Shang is the newest character in the game. Except for soon Nightwolf, can't wait. But for now, Shang is the newest character in the game, and nobody's had a chance to really put him to the test in a really heavy tournament experience yet.
Oh, I'm actually shocked he made it through that axe. So what's great about this variation is that axe against a character that may not be Shang Tsung, really good at controlling the neutral of the game and the pacing of the match because it's so hard to punish, if at all.
Right, and
a
lot of zoners don't have anything to control that airspace that sub can throw the axe from, so they kind of have to sit there and wait and let him control the neutral. Now, Shang, on the other hand, he controls that entire space with like 3 different options. So I'm not sure if this is necessarily the best option for this matchup variation-wise, but as usual, always play what you're most comfortable with.
That's right. One thing we haven't seen out of King Kevo here has been the back 3 strings at all. He's got the back 3-3 for the low. And come in!
Wow!
Oh my goodness! Finally coming out as the back 3-4, back 3 up 4.
Look how much he's. Oh no, that might be down 4 actually. But regardless, he's using a lot now. He's using a lot of lows. He heard you. He felt.
Oh, he went right into it, and this is gonna be close.
I don't think it's enough. I think he could have done standing 4 into it for more damage.
Absolutely. 0.3 wide left. All he's got to do is chip at this point.
Stomach. Oh no! So many jump kicks.
So in that situation, absolutely. If you just dash up in the hit stun of the ice ball, do anything into the fatal blow, it's going to do more damage.
Yeah, and all he needed was less than 1%. So like, think about that.
And freeze, stand for fatal blow is so damaging. It doesn't scale at all.
Yeah, it is. I think I was.
There we go.
Oh yeah, we haven't seen that yet. That's gonna hit a lot of people this weekend. I guarantee it. Everybody's watching for the low. 4-2-4, which is that string exactly right there. So everybody blocks high, then blocks low. But if you do back 1-4, it's high. There's medium, then overhead, and then the overhead crushing blows and launches. And then you get really sad, and then you lose. It's exactly that order.
And that leads to some decent damage in this variation. You see, day 1, I picked up Spellmaster, and I don't think we're going to see that variation too much here at this tournament. It just doesn't have that combo ability, but it has cool tools.
It has really, really cool tools. The cancels, the really like heavy damage projectile that's like a counter zoning projectile, the different angles on like the amplified projectiles, all of it's super cool variation. But yeah, I do expect to see a lot of Warlock.
Mantis is absolutely swinging right here. Can he tie things up? 1 hit apiece.
Oh, he's just whipping.
Just like that. He's gonna get the slide underneath the projectile.
Is that the real mind game there? You're like whiffing normal. He's like
slide.
Okay, and then he throws the projectile and you're like slide.
Crushing blow not even needed right there to tie us up at 1 game apiece.
Yeah, just making a statement, It's like, just in case, if you had more health, it was gone. All right, sticking with Shang. I like it. Well, honestly, we just need to see some more. Oh, wow. Okay, spent all of his meter to get all those two projectiles to connect. That's a pretty heavy amount of damage, actually.
Also, that crushing blow requirement on the third skull, only the third skull hitting, everyone thought that was absolutely useless. I've gotten hit by that quite a few times. I'm not going to lie to you, because you never expect them to come off all of their resources for that, right?
So I'm not trying to call you out, but I still haven't seen it hit.
Really?
Really?
I've gotten hit by it so many times. I'm not going to lie to you.
I believe you.
Because you're sitting there crouched like, okay, I'm good.
Well, also, who throws 3 projectiles in this game, you know?
And in what world is a triple projectile like Dr. Fate or Sinestro that I've been playing against for a decade? The third one turns into a mid?
Yeah.
What?
I don't know. You're gonna have to deal with it. You're gonna have to learn. And you're also, you're like, why would they spend all their meter on this? That's so stupid. And then you get crushing blow.
That
like,
was so smart, by the way, from Mantis right there. That's a phenomenal chip out tool in that exact moment. Really smart by Mantis. Put himself down match point.
That may be the best chip out tool in the entire game. It does 4% chip, and it hits about 8 times, something like that, which is, I think, the highest number of hits and highest number of chip in any single move in the game. Maybe not hits. Maybe there's more for hits, but regardless, it's super, super good. And so match point for Mantis.
Ooh, wake up short hop button, which means that I think that we have a missed wake up of an up 2 and up 3. I get that all the time. It's crazy how effective wake up short hop button can be.
Yeah, have you accidentally ever hopped over low on wake up?
100%.
Or throw? You're like, oh,
or throw,
I meant to do that.
Or command grab, and it's like, okay, that's the right read. Or even an anti-air.
Yeah.
Oh, out of nowhere, the crushing blow on the throw. Back-to-back wins for Mantis. Crushing blows in the final moments. He's going to advance, coming back 2 games straight.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of Sub-Zero success so far in this this block. Unsurprising. Sub's definitely one of the most used characters, I would say.
Yeah, you know, widely used, and like I said, one of the easier characters to kind of get your foot in the door with in this game, where he's got that base tool set that's not going to be overly complicated like some of these characters, and just effective. Simple but effective, I think, is Sub-Zero.
Yeah, on top of that, I mean, especially, so this is actually, we didn't really get to see it in action, but this is a pretty scary matchup for Shang because all of his projectile options are potentially punishable by slide.
Yes.
So you can, block the first hit of the up skulls and then slide in between. You can flawless block the second and then slide. You can slide when you see him start to pull out a body, right? And the worst, you're going to trade and you're going to knock down. If he does straight projectiles, you can slide into those. So technically, it's pretty good.
Every trade is going to be in Sub-Zero's favor because they've got such long startups and long animations to them. You know, the body drop where he pulls out the scroll, the straight skull, especially if they amplify, he's going to be out there for a very long time. And yeah, I think that's a decent matchup for Sub. Just be able to fight Shang, at his own game, at the zoning, the counter zoning, and up close Sub-Zero still got good buttons himself. And so here we go. We got Sicarios coming up on your guys' right.
Right, yeah, I don't know who he's using in this game. I'm not 100% sure. I guess we are going to see.
I'm pretty sure that he was a Liu Kang main back in MKX, and I don't see why you wouldn't play that character here in MK11. Very strong.
I think some people just like the cancels and stuff, and it's not exactly the same style, but
that's
yeah,
true.
If you like Liu Kang as a character,
what you're saying is you might see Jackie here.
Honestly, yeah. Honestly, if you play Liu Kang in MKX, there's like a 90% chance that you're going to really like Jackie.
There's really good evidence that a lot of Liu Kang players have moved on to Jackie now that I think about it. Because who was Ninja Killer's backup and who we saw at CO Top 8?
Yep, Jackie. I'm trying to think of who else.
I think
who are the other good Liu Kangs in X?
Silver Eye picked up Jackie as well.
Oh wow, really? I haven't seen that before, but
yep.
that would be a good choice for sure. I mean, he's doing great with Liu. A lot of Liu Kang players are playing Liu still, but there's a lot of them I just don't see around anymore. I don't know. But it definitely fits. Oh, okay. So we're seeing, or at least we're hearing one Liu Kang, one Jax. So I wouldn't be surprised if he was playing Liu Kang.
Jack's a character that I can't wait to see more of. The character, he's kind of like Sub-Zero now. He's got a very basic game plan that's so effective. He doesn't have big combos, depending on the variation. Great crushing blows, and it's a simple game plan of you're going to block a mid into either an overhead or a low, or a stagger, that safe stagger into a throw or another stagger.
My favorite thing about him is that he plays...
you freak out. You honestly just freak out.
Yeah. You're scared even though he's hitting you for like 10%. You're like, oh my god, he's going to hit me for another 10. Oh, another 10, another 10. And then he crushing blows you.
Exactly. So the threat with those you know, heated arms, which build up over multiple hits. Which you guys are going to see this matchup. Those arms are going to get hotter and hotter and hotter, brighter and brighter and brighter. And once they're fully lit, it's lit. Anyways, once they get there, he's got access to 3 different crushing blows, really. At the end of the day, again, variation dependent, where off of that mid, he can go to an overhead, which is going to crushing blow you for 35%.
Yep.
He can stagger that same mid into a throw for 35%. Or if you get launched, he's going to combo into the rocket crushing blow for probably 30%. Or, again, depending on the variation, if he's playing hunker down, you got the command grab, which leads to like 40%.
Right. Of course, he doesn't even need to, but that's what I was going to say. This character fits the game so well, like using crushing blows, playing with resources, super cool, but might have a little bit of an issue here. We are going to see a 10-frame mid versus a 9-frame mid, and having even just a 1-frame faster mid is going to be super important.
And just having a quick mid right there is so good, and both of these matchups, specifically against Jax, when you block that forward to 1+3, because it's that sweet spot of like -7, I think it is on block, and you know, if you don't have that quick advancing mid, Jax players like to play the mind game of are they going to press a button? Are you going to press a button? No. Are you going to do a reversal throw? Are you going to crouch?
Yeah.
Whereas if you have that 9 or 10 frame mid, you can just do that every single time, regardless.
Oh, nice anti-air. But yeah, especially Liu Kang, because not only does he have a 9-frame mid, but it's a 9-frame mid that he essentially gets to mix you up off of.
Yeah, so it's kind of a mirror in a sense of how they approach the game.
Yeah, it's true.
Only I think that Liu Kang may have a few more tools at his disposal, having the parry, having the different zoning options, but Jax does too. They're just a little bit on the slower side.
Yeah, the nice thing about his zoning is that it is really good at counter zoning, so if he throws it out right now, he's going to win the trade damage-wise, and he's going to get a knockdown. But of course, we're just seeing the patient approach. He sketches him with just the tip of 4-2 down 4.
We honestly might have to see that a little bit more out of Minister here, you know, a little more zoning. You know, those noob tubes do really good damage. They're also going to cover the low fireball because they are mid at full screen. He can lob that bad boy. He's also got the rockets when he's got the heated arms that are so quick. He just has to watch out for the low projectile. And there's a huge crushing blow. No breakaway from Minister. He's going to eat all 346 damage here. What's the mix-up going to be? And there's no gap on the screen. Right to the straight fireballs, keeping it safe as well here. Is Sicarios and another cancel, thinking that it was over as Minister. Letting go of block, trying to press the button twice at the end of strings, eating those fireballs to the face, and there's a quick start for Sicarios.
Yeah, that was such a weird place to press a button. I think he just did 1-2 into straight fireball. That's plus to begin with. Pressing a button there is terrifying. But the fact that he checked him with a fireball afterwards, hey, I mean, I guess it works. Maybe the idea was like, I'm just going to get some chip, push you away,
that's
rather
the
than trying to take plus
ultimate mind game or ultimate read of your opponent swinging on your plus range.
Yeah.
Which, if you're a savage, you're going to do anyway. But wow, that's a call out right there, because you know that's the same call out of the gap in the forward 4 string or not into the fireball. It's kind of the same thing, because off of 1-2, I like to be disrespectful all the time and not let them get away with murder.
Well, I mean, technically, I think some characters can down 1 trade with it, right? Does Jax have a 6-frame down 1? I don't remember.
7.
Okay.
10% sure.
10%. Wow, that's pretty confident.
That's, you know, it's just high enough to where if I'm wrong, it's not a blow-ups.
Yeah, that's fair. That's playing it safe.
Because 90% of me is uncertain.
All right, so we're seeing everything the same.
Yep, still hunker down Jax here. We haven't seen the heated arms really come into play because he hasn't gotten those hits in on Sicarios. And he's found himself cornering against Liu Kang. This is a dangerous place to be. Here we go.
Oh, he didn't have the meter to fall. Oh, no, he did have the meter to fall, but he just didn't use it. Oh, okay, here's where it starts. Can get the restand here. You're +4 on this restand.
Whoa!
All right, he was ready.
We got some flawless blocks early in the tournament. I can't wait to see how we progress here at Evolution 2019 and seeing all of the tools utilized in MK11 at a competitive level.
I've actually never seen somebody choose the flawless block in that situation.
Likewise, because how many different things can come at you, you know? And all the timing's going to be different on all the different normals. If you did 4-2, the timing would have been different.
Yeah, I'm really surprised because actually 4-2 is well, you can poke out of 4-2, but it kind of gives you better situations. If they jump out of 4-3-3, they actually just get out of the situation completely. There's a whole bunch to it, but regardless, that was a hell of a read and it was good.
There's the stagger off forward too. Really strong stuff. It's so quick. It happens so quick. It reminds me of like a Cordal back one back in the day. Just a quick mid that's safe, and the mix-ups are coming. And there's another crushing blow. 310 every throw crushing blow in the game. Aside from a launching one like Shao Kahn, which is very, very rare and unique, it's going to do 310 damage. And wow.
Is it every single one? Is Scorpions with the damage over time 310?
Oh, damage over time is also unique. You're
okay.
right.
Yeah. But I think it's only him that gets that, right?
I think so.
What are all of them in the game that are different? Jade's launches.
Jade's launches,
Kotal's
Shao
launches.
Kahn's.
I'm sorry, I meant
both
Shao.
of Kotal's are 310
Sorry.
knockdown.
Yeah, sorry.
That's right.
When I hear Khan, I immediately say Kotal and I mean Shao. It happens still. I'm so tripped out by the fact that they're both
That's
in the
actually
same
where
game
Kotal gets all of his damage from.
Just crushing blow.
Just with the crushing blow throws.
And crushing blow forward 1-2-2.
That's right.
Just those two alone.
Yep.
That's it. And then you just hope that they die somehow otherwise, right?
That's right.
You hope you get enough damage with some beams.
So the thing is that you just keep doing a mid command grab until they just respect it, and then you do normal throw, and then hope that they try to break. You know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of those in this game, and 310 is a lot of damage for guessing wrong once on a throw.
Especially if a character has both of them.
Yes.
That's essentially an extra 620 minus 280. I can't do that math.
That's
right
like
now.
a true. If you guess wrong, you're eating. Over 30%.
Yeah, you're eating a ton.
And even with like a Scorpion throw, where it's got the crushing blow damage over time, it just puts you on life alert because you're bleeding, and it's still Scorpion's turn essentially.
I actually don't know how much exact damage that does. Somebody tweet at me, please. Somebody figure out what the exact damage.
EGP Wonder Chef.
At EGP Wonder Chef.
This is the exact damage that the Scorpion throw crushing blow does.
Yeah, because I want to know if it's like more or less. But
here's a guy we recognize right here.
Definitely, Mr. Nubcakes coming from SoCal. So I got to, of course, give him a little bit of love here. But he was the highest placing SoCal player at CEO. I believe he made it to 13th place.
Yes.
Playing Jackie. So we're definitely going to see some nice Jackie play. I don't think we've seen him switch up at all. But his opponent, I'm not as familiar with.
This is President Free.
Ooh, all right. Well, let's see if he is actually free. I mean, if you put free in your name, that's the ultimate mind game, right?
That's the ultimate option select.
Yeah, well, that's true, too. You're like, of course I'm free. It's my name.
Yeah, it's in the name.
Like of course that you played Aquaman in every single Injustice game. It's in your name.
Yeah, right?
Of course.
Of course. Nubcakes has been around for a long time, too. And he's just kind of a veteran at this point. He's always got his name out there. And in Injustice 2, really made a name for himself, especially year number 1, where he earned his way through Hometown Heroes, made it to the big stages, performed on the big stage. He got 9th at Evolution as well back in that game. Year 1 or year 2, I can't remember which year he got 9th.
I can't remember either. But it was one of them for sure.
I'm pretty sure it was year 1 where he just came out absolutely swinging.
Yeah.
And just an incredibly solid player that is one of the best minds of our scene. Guy that puts in the work in the lab and applies it very well.
Yeah, I mean, he's been, he's been part of the SoCal scene for a very, very long time.
There's no way this matchup's happening, by the way. They're in a button check with Shao Kahn and Baraka. Right?
I hope it's happening. So we did get to see, oh man, what's his name? Video games. Was that his name?
Yeah.
There's another part of his name that I'm missing. It's something video games.
It was over there in Europe.
In Europe,
at the UK event, and everyone was talking him up, and he had a phenomenal show.
I think he was at 2 different kind of larger events over there pretty recently, and I still think this is one of the most underrated characters in the game. Still, again, I gotta clarify before people rip my head off. I don't think he's
EGP Wonder Chef on Twitter.
Tell me about how stupid I am that I think this character's good.
Tell him about how wrong he is about Shao Kahn.
No, so I don't think that this character's top tier by any means, but Shao Kahn, when he first came out, through the first few months of the game, everybody's like, worst character in the game, easily bottom 3. But when you look at him, he's got all of the tools that you essentially need. He's got a fast mid that's hit confirmable into a launcher.
Big damage.
He's got really good footsies. Sweep is an incredible move. Back 2 is an incredible move.
Forward 4 being the most advancement, advantage on block. I don't know where I got advancement from but it's also very advancing.
It is both. You were right.
Almost full
you
screen.
don't even know
That's
it,
right.
but you were right.
That's right.
And he's got even more pressure. If you can convince them to block, 4-4 is extremely plus on block.
That's right. And then that's a mind game of throw, forward 3. So many things right there.
Yeah, he gets his stagger off his forward 3, so he can throw you in the corner. He can loop you a lot. He can whip punish well. He can technically counter zone/zone. He's got amazing jump kicks, jump punches too, everything.
If that forward 3-4 ever became cancelable, that alone would jump that character up, I think. That alone.
Okay, so we are seeing this matchup.
Wow.
This
is Baraka here out of Nubcakes?
I've never seen him play Baraka before. I don't know why he would choose to counterpick Shao Kahn either.
Oh my goodness, my hype levels went over 9,000 for Shao Kahn being on the screen. Let's go, and he's playing True Kahn, which has the low special move, which in the middle of a aerial combo actually restands.
So believe it or not, this variation has really good zoning.
Yes, it has a mid-hammer toss.
And it comes out so fast. It looks really funny, but
It's a mid that's good damage.
Yeah.
And he has the farthest reaching three in this game.
yeah, we were talking about Scarlet. Scarlet's is like baby time compared to Shao Kahn.
I think Scarlet's number 2 behind Shao Kahn.
But like 4 tiers beneath.
I have never, in the history of this game, while Nubcakes does insane Baraka damage, I have never actually been able to stand outside of its range and bait it out.
Oh, that was a beautiful anti-action with the back 3 into the charge. Didn't get as much damage as it could have, but I love these staggers. And yeah, it's almost impossible to bait out. Even if you bait out his up 3, it recovers almost instantly.
Did we just see a wave dash out of President Free 2? He has, behind Kotal, one of the best wave dashes in the game, which we see on display recently at Twitch Rivals on E-League. From Automatics.
Automatics wave dashes were mad good. I was like, okay, yo.
Listen, on a hitbox, listen, he just dialed it in right across the screen. Here we go, big damage out of Shao Kahn. Using that aerial throw. Stole that from Kotal Kahn, by the way, as well as a spinal cord.
Pretty sure Kotal Kahn stole it from him. Sorry, buddy.
What?
Just kidding. Just kidding. They all stole it from Jax.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's actually fact.
Yeah. Oh, crushing blow. So this is going to be the big issue of this matchup is the damage is hugely different. Shao Kahn is not on the high end of damage, surprisingly, because he's a giant man with a giant hammer.
He has to come off of both of his offensive bars, but he can hit for about 40%, and that is going to be unbreakably away. I'm just going to make up words the entire
Unbreakably awayable.
Unbreakably awayable damage from that chop chop.
But like you were saying, he does need to use a lot of resources to get some pretty good damage, but it's a lot of resources, and that's a little bit of an issue. It is a lot of screen carry, which is nice. On the other hand, Baraka, he uses 1 bar, and he gets, like, all your life.
Yeah,
Here,
total annihilation.
Gets all your life and takes your life insurance money.
Whoa.
Oh, that's a start, but no conversion. Can't do anything off that.
So in Marauder, you can't safely, but you can semi-safely get on a flag. Something.
Yeah. It depends on who you're playing against, of course, but a lot of people don't try to punish it anyway.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Big hit confirmed on the forward 2-1 there, Shao Kahn. Really, really big normal that put in his eye.
Oh, wow, good. Neutral jump. And that's going to hurt so much. Oh, no, just kidding. I was looking at the wrong bar. 0 bar on board for Nubcakes. He's about to build both of them. Oh, he just down 3'd underneath the forward 3. That's another great thing about it. It's very much like Nightwolf's old forward 3 in Mortal Kombat 9.
Yes.
He kind of like steps over your little lows. He's like, I don't care about you.
Late cancel there. I think I would have gotten caught swinging with a button right there. Just the unfamiliarity of this variation. And speaking of really good tools that Shao Kahn has, his stand one of the best stand jab anti-airs in this game.
Yeah, it's actually just one of the best jabs in this game in general. I mean, it's got a giant hitbox. You can do safe strings off it. Oh my gosh. Oh, you can't get touched. You can't even block anything anymore. Plus, oh, beautiful.
We're Fatal Blow territory too. What's the mix going to be right here? Screaming, swinging, but so smart of Nubcakes to stay crouched. It's that short delay. See that what was coming was a forward 2, which is really slow high. Got a little down one out there.
It's like, all right. I'll wake up with buttons. I don't care. All right, so match point Nubcakes.
Ooh, that's a great trait because that spear is so plus on hit.
Also, if you land 3 spears, you get a crushing blow with his jab string. Oh,
I have never seen that flawless blocked ever. Wow.
You can really flawless block, but the problem is it's so delayed that if somebody tries to flawless block it, you can do forward 3, full combo punish them.
Oh, sit down.
That's such a satisfying thing to do. Oh, yeah, nobody knows that. So that's 1, 2, grab. And this is the spear. That's a crushing blow now that he's landed 3 spears. But it's also special cancelable only on block. So everybody's like, okay.
I actually do not know that whatsoever, and that's why I said I would have gotten hit right there. That's the same as Nubcakes.
Yeah. Everybody gets hit by it. Everybody. People are not looking at this character quite enough.
Nubcakes, oh, wait a minute. No breakaway available. His name is going to be there. It is not. Oh, wait a minute. We're in the same situation we were last game where he's one hitting up 3. He's going to do it. The old school MK9 blade charge animation, baby. I love that up 3 from Baraka.
Man, so I have to say, though, I really like President Free's Shao Kahn. It was looking super good, actually.
It was the variation we don't see.
Yeah.
And he was doing really cool stuff with it. I love the cancel. You saw him building that crushing blow, which could have been a game changer in those last 2 rounds. And yeah, just the pressure was really good. Unfortunately, just got hit a little too many times against Baraka here.
And that's literally as many times as you need, right?
Just once.
It happens. It happens to the best of us. It happens to the worst of us. You get hit by by good old jump down one.
Yeah, man.
And then you're like, goodbye all my life.
Yes.
Get hit by really anything, right? Like forward 4. I mean, we didn't actually see too many forward 4 crushing blows matter that much, but regardless, weird pick by Nubs.
Yeah.
I mean, I still think Jackie does great in
You
finding that matchup.
Baraka's is one of those characters where you really only need 2 reads.
Yeah.
With a phenomenal tool set in normal package that Baraka has, jump kick being one of the most annoying things in this entire game because I try and anti-air it every single time. I know you guys at home try and anti-air Baraka every single time and just get the Tarkatan size 10 right to the dome.
Please don't remind me.
It happens every time. But yeah, just a really good character overall, and I think that he might just be trying to cover the most matchups possible, potentially. We'll see later on in the tournament what Nubcakes goes with.
It's true. I mean, he's a great character to just kind of control the pace of the match. Like, if somebody's playing crazy and all you need to do is just punish them twice for being, kind of like a psycho, then Baraka's your man. He's exactly who you want to go to. And on top of that, like, his anti-air itself is good. He gets the highest damage, I think, off of any down 2 in the game because you can just do down 2, jab into
something
gutted into your whole life.
And it's a really good down 2 to get that nice anti-crossover or the hit behind down 2 because he swings. He full swings around his head and yeah, it hurts.
Hey, if you got the blades, use them.
He's got really big unbreakable damage, unbreakawayable damage with that chop as well. Really good grounded game where you can keep your restood by doing 1-1-2, blade spark, little things like that are really annoying. He's got that forward 4-4 that's so hard to stop. It's so hard to stop that from coming at you and putting you at only -7. So hard.
Yeah, it's and then on top of that, solid zoning. Just to add to everything. But anyway,
that's what really stood him apart to me, especially early in the beta, was that he's got that great quick projectile that recovers really well. That's just really good for controlling other zoners. Pace of the match. It's really good to check other zoners with, and then kind of work his way in from there. Or if you amplify, it's going to outdamage almost every other projectile in the game.
Because the amplify comes out so fast that a lot of times you can get the amplify out to trade. Yeah, and then if you have to get in on Baraka, it's actually just tough because his normals are good, and you have to start making mistakes, and that's exactly.
He's just throwing out plus rams with 4-2-1-2. It's going to anti-air, so active. 1-1-2 as well. He's got really big hitboxes to a lot of his normals that are hard to jump in on sometimes when he's got no downfall to swing with some of these things other than flawless blockable gaps that we see in 4-2-1-2 and in 1-1-2, but we don't see them exposed an awful lot because they stagger really well. And if you're wrong one time, the output that he's going to have for blowing you up for even trying it, it's just in Baraka's favor at that point.
Actually, a lot of characters can't even do anything about with the 1-1-2 gap. You can perfect block it, and then you get nothing from it. You literally, it's not anymore minus, and they're up 3 and they're up 2 both ways because you knocked it so far back. But anyway, let's move on to this next match here. So we've got B-Boy Dragon against Fantasy.
That's what Gears is for, but let's move on here.
Oh, yeah. No, we don't talk about that either. Or, hey, that's what Shao Kahn's for.
Ooh,
that's like one character you can do. His up 2 is super far. His up 3 is...
There's no way this is happening. There's no way this is happening right now.
Dude, they both, do you hear them? They both just looked at each other and they said, no way, no way.
Let's go.
All right. I'm super all about this. I'm pumped. I love Frost, one of my favorite characters in the entire game. So somebody out there loves me. They're like, you know what? I'm gonna give Chef Shao Kahn and Frost matches. So it's like, okay, yeah.
We're just kids in the candy store with some of these characters right now. Absolutely loving it. What are the variations going to be, though? We're going right into this. They're letting intros rock.
Hey, if you're playing the mirror with like a rare character like this, you've got to let the intros rock. Oh, they both mirrored each other the exact start. Okay, so they're both playing Ice Machine. This is almost the only one that you're ever going to see in tournament. If you see another one, it is rare. Oh, down 2, expecting the breakaway.
Expected early on. Wow.
Really, another great up 3.
Yep, really big up 3 right there. Going to use crushing blow. Oh, no, breakaway was not available. He was about to get some massive damage and thought that it was over. Oh, I got called for that all the time as well. Frost has got some really tricky strings and cancels that, with her spin this variation, you have to guess if it's amplified or not. Yeah. She really stacked you really well.
Yeah, she's so awkward that sometimes the Frost player drops them. Did he just hop back 2?
He hopped through the back 2, landed below it, and interrupted.
That back 2
hitbox. He just entered the Matrix in the mirror here.
That back 2 hitbox is sure something. Did you know that it is technically like kind of a low? Aaron Black forward 4 goes over her back 2. Yeah, I cry. But yeah, I like this usage of jump kick. She's got one of the best jump kicks in the entire game. It's a really weird animation.
Yeah, she's just like kind of riding the kick down.
There it is again. It's like she's trying to like sit down, right?
It's like she's riding a slide.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I like that one.
Whoa, they got 3. And those big normals. And those are mids, by the way.
Yep. The big fear there is that you can follow this block. But, oh, here's something fun. Oh, I finally get to use this information. The only character, if you do back 2-2 into spin, every character in the game can flawless block and up to it except for Frost.
Wow.
It only matters in the mirror. And I got to say that, and it actually means something right now.
Oh, raw fatal blow. And fatal it is going to be, taking the round, sending us to a final game here. Final round here in game number 1.
Yeah. We're just getting started. Woo. All right, so I know B-Boy Dragon. I've definitely commentated him before. I feel like maybe it wasn't in this game, though. I'm trying to remember where I know him from. I'm definitely blanking out here.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
and it's one of the only thing that's immune to that in this mirror. So smart, great neutral jump kick read right there. Another one, and Frost can't you really pick up off of that? Maybe with the back forward too?
Yeah, or back forward like 4. There's some weird ways to pick up off for sure.
I love her down forward as well. It's that nice far-reaching, low profiling down forward that you want. Keeping us able to spin, and it's, you know, sometimes can be a little bit of a read to the I did not think that I was going to kill, but indeed it does. Fantasy 01.
Yeah, it does all of its damage at the end. It's one of those ones, you know? You're like, oh, you're good.
Took that second round with that fatal blow, raw, full screen, and then kind of comfortable in that final round. A lot of neutral jump kicks out of him. I mean, just catching the whiffs of Frost with the back 2, and was it back 2, 2, and forward 1? Like, so many strings to just advance for
forward
Frost.
2, back to 2, back 1, 2. Yeah, like all of her options are pretty heavy commitments.
I'll tell you what, she has one of the weirdest strings in this game. What's that roundhouse? That roundhouse kick into the advancing lows is one of the most awkward strings I've ever seen.
It's 3-4-4-2. She does a double kick that's like kind of a roundhouse, then 2 spinning lows, then she does an overhead. It's very weird. She's a very awkward robot lady.
That's exactly what she is, awkward, but I love seeing her on the screen, and that's some great corner carry.
Oh, I like that. So we saw a lot B-Boy Dragon doing a lot of wake-up 3s in the last game, and finally we're seeing Fantasy start to expect them.
Look at the stagger just off the kick right there, and it's been a different game plan of Fantasy. He's not overcommitting. I like this from him. He's kind of looking for the hits. Staggering a lot of throws, had a big read on throw right there, not able to land in time. Jump one may have done the trick. And then one thing I want to see out of Fantasy is maybe a lot more reads with full combo reads on the neutral jumps rather than just the jump kick.
Yeah, I mean, the jump kick's great, but I mean, if you are punishing somebody with a neutral jump, usually you can get the jump kick off.
Because, you know, in that same situation with other characters, you neutral jump, come out with a 1, and already have your combo dialed in. That's a full combo versus just the 100 damage you have the jump kick.
Yeah, and I mean, for all of her weaknesses, Frost's damage is significant. I mean, she gets, you know, the full launch, she freezes you, and her combos last so long that she builds back her bar while she's doing it. Oh, no.
Oh, here we go, no breakaway. Didn't opt to, I think could have done more damage with the freeze.
You could freeze there. Oh, this is a crushing load, should be enough.
And that's not going to matter whatsoever. No. Didn't have enough for the pickup. You could have.
He didn't amplify it. He could have. He had the meter actually, but he tried. Just messed up a little bit. But still, regardless, kept him in the corner, made it work.
Also could have just, you know, extended the juggle, but that was a great match.
True.
We got a Frost Mirror at Evolution 2019 on the pro competition. Let's go.
Yeah, we got to see Frost, Mirror, and Shao Kahn one match after the other. What are the chances?
What are the odds indeed? And, you know, I think the players themselves, shouts to both of them on the stage right now, for having that wholesome reaction of, oh my goodness, we're doing a Frost Mirror.
It's I loved that. Like they both they're like, whoa! It's like that Spider-Man thing, right?
That they're going to continue a conversation off that stage, and they just became best friends.
Yeah,
it's like Step Brothers. Did we just become best friends? Yup.
The only two Frost players in the entire venue,
probably. Yes.
No. Oh wait, who's playing Frost? Stabs? Is Stabs playing Frost?
Stabs, I think, is playing Shang Tsung now. Like we saw at Northern Arena, made it to Grand Finals on the winner's side, and then fell 2 epic sets to Biohazard's Kano.
Oh, that's right. I want to see more Frost. I do want to see a lot of Shang today, though.
Oh, and we've got a big name coming up next. It is going to be Hayate. But before that, we're going to be right back, Chef.
All right. Well, then we'll see you guys right after this break. But this is the time. I'm EGP Wonder Chef.
And I'm Mr. Aquaman. I was into it. I'm not gonna lie to you. The whole time I wasn't even listening to you. I was listening to the song in the background. Let's go. Slipknot, Mortal Kombat, Roadrunner Records. Thank you so much.
So I am sitting here with the Mr. Aquaman, the curator of the Slay List.
The official EVO Slay List by Roadrunner Records. That is right. You guys can check that out on Spotify. Just go to Roadrunner Records. You guys can listen to that Slay List that was personally curated by myself.
Curated is a great word. I'm glad I got to use it.
That is an apex word to break out in the middle of a cast.
Apex is an apex word. Yeah.
Right there. Apex is an apex word.
You had to double it up. But we've got an apex predator here. Hayate.
We got a panda swimming in an ocean of sharks, and it is going to be Hayate going up against Tor, who is not in the game.
Oh, rest in peace.
No.
Well, this is maybe as close as you get. New era Garrus, right?
Oh my goodness, we got New Era on the screen. I am giddy right now. This is a character that I thoroughly enjoyed. As one of the funnest, most creative characters in this game, and that you can really play this character however you want. He's got so many different setups, so many things. He's got the step back right there, which gives you so many different opportunities off of 4-3, off of back 2, and he is absolutely mixing Hayate right now.
Okay, what are we watching right now? This is going to be a big combo from Hayate, but let me just remind those out there, or maybe inform some of you who didn't know, Hayate did win a stop on the tour by winning the analogy. He was the champion. And right now, this player Tor, I'm not familiar with, is putting up a hell of a fight.
Yeah, already doing all the right things, and only flawless blockable off of jump-ins is that 1-1-1. That was absolute beautiful execution of an only situational flawless blockable opportunity.
Well, that's one of the things that you get to do if you play a one character pretty much the entire game, right? We haven't seen Hayate switch, so he just entirely gets to lab different situations that he's often going to see, and that's one of them.
Oh, that's such a dirty setup, and he's going to be melting here in the corner, holding all of these projectiles. Ooh, and I'm loving the use of step back on a Tor right here. Keep himself safe, and Hayate is going to continue to be guessing off of these strings here. Oh, he's going to go for the setup, but that's going to be the knockout, but he didn't get far enough.
Oh, that was the sick one. You never see the mid-screen setup.
Absolutely not, and that was a unique one. That's what's great about New Era is that you think you've seen them all, but you really haven't at the end of the day, because you can just get so creative with those amplified pillars. But he's got no.
Oh, that's it.
That's a no last breath available. Any string on block right there, and Hayate going to go up 1-0. But I love how Tor came out of the gate right there.
Yeah, that was extremely strong. I mean, definitely making a statement that he's in there. Just got clipped by a few too many hits, and honestly, so when you look at the actual raw damage of Aaron Black, it looks low, but every single hit that he does that much more because he always ends in acid, and he forces you to just take chip on acid. Oh, that's going to hurt.
That most certainly is. That's a big risk that Gears players like to take out of the gate. You know, just looking for that crushing blow on a counter hit with that fast advancing mid. And unlike you see in Infinite Warden, that Sand Trap is going to keep him where he is. That's one downfall that New Era does have. That Infinite Warden does. That's such a good counter zoner, whereas New Era is not really the best counter zoner.
Yeah, I mean, it's counter zoning is effective, but you don't get free Oki after.
Yeah, New Era is actually really good at just pure zoning with pillars.
Right.
Pillars over time, forcing the movement either forward or away out of the amplified pillar range. He's going directly into this, and you can't pick up. You can't pick up pillar into the sand trap.
It's so hard.
Tight.
It's so difficult. I tried it for like an hour straight, and I'm like, why am I doing this?
I also haven't landed it one time either, and I pretty much made this character.
I landed it the first time I ever tried it, and I was like, oh, that was cool, and I didn't realize that I just did something insane. And then for the rest of time, I've tried to do it again, and I'm like, what happened that one day? It was just a magical moment. But okay, right now, match point for Hayate. Tor getting pressure, but Hayate putting himself in the corner. Could be worse.
Oh, here we go. He could have gotten some massive damage right there. And that's an easy breakaway for Hayate. You do not want to get hit by this character in the corner. This character isn't going to kill you off of one hit, but off of 2 hits, he can potentially take an entire health bar.
Yeah, the corner is where this variation shines, just because he does need those meterless starters. Ouch. And that's going to hurt.
No breakaway. Ending in the acid, and this is just a damage over time. So yeah, even without jumping, you have to do anything right there. Just pretty much hang yourself. But I was impressed by Tor right there. Can't wait to see what he does on the loser's side of this run. Hayate getting the win, but that was a scary first round.
It was. I mean, honestly, there were a lot of situations that were really, really, really good from Tor. The problem is it's just so punishing when you get hit by Aaron Black. So, for instance, I mean, even did setups like he did like 4-2-1-2 sand pillar on hit, and his setup was he did dash forward jump, and he did empty jump into meaty forward 2 at this perfect timing to like scare him into thinking that it was going to be a throw or that he was going to be doing something else weird. And clearly there's a lot of knowledge there, but he's against Hayate.
Yeah, and you know, it was it kind of reminded me of that CEO where Hayate may have run into something he was kind of unfamiliar with, and we all know what happened in that situation. Looked like it may have been starting to happen again there early on because he was getting hit by all the little setups, all the tick throws, all the step backs into either buttons or throws.
Yeah.
And he guessed right once in the final round against that I think it was a forward 4 or a back 2.
Back 2 into
step back and then command grab, which is absolutely dirty, by the way. Back 2 step back puts you in that perfect command grab range, or you just back 2 again, forward 4, and then potentially catch a full combo.
Yeah, and it's also plus, I think, 3 on block, right, for the back 2 cancel. So you are just enough where, like, if they throw out a normal, sometimes your command grab or another normal will beat it. And, you know, it's not like it's minus. It's not like they can just, like, get away for free. Like, it is pretty real.
Speaking of Geras, we've got Geras coming on to the stage.
Yes. Ooh,
who technically has a big win on the year. His win at RTX Austin was massive. That was one of the best grand finals I've ever seen. Double game 5 to take it over Dragon. And look how good Dragon looked, even at CEO. Dragon on the winner side of CEO was the scariest looking player I've ever seen in Mortal Kombat 11.
But yet only making second.
That's
Dragon,
why I said on the winner's side.
Yes, on the winner's side. I agree, though. He was dominating everyone. Dragon, I mean, he's not up here right now, but I do have to say, he's got the curse, the second place curse. It's official. I didn't want to say it at CEO, but since CEO, 100% official. I want to see if he can break it. But right now,
he actually
had
it in MKX, but it was just because he never got the victory over Fox. He can beat Fox in this game.
He has.
In most tournaments, probably have to do it twice.
Yeah, that's the bigger issue. He's done it many, many times so far in these majors, but twice, that's the difficult part.
That most certainly is. And someone else who is on that radar of being a favorite to win this whole thing, I think Gura's got to be up there with the placements that he has and the performances that he has against those top players.
It's very possible. He's definitely on the caliber of making it up to that spot, but sometimes he runs into these matchups where he just can't quite get through. So I think bracketology is going to be a big deal here, whichever of those weird fake words you want to use.
Some big adjustments by him really recent, too, of him running into problematic matchups that are just personal problematic matchups, like Kung Lao being one of them.
Yeah.
And he made a switch to the other variation of Gears in the new era and found different answers for the things that were causing him trouble. And that might universally help him in some of those matchups because there might be unfamiliarity, but he's finding universal answers to, like against Kung Lao, he had trouble anti-airing the jump kick and he kept eating it.
Yeah.
And so guess what his answer was? He sat down for weeks straight, practicing flawless blocking jump-ins, and that was his answer.
Hey, I mean, that's one of the best options you're going to get in that situation. But, yeah, I love seeing New Era. And I think Gur actually started with New Era, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, and then switched over to whatever the other one's called.
Infinite Warden.
Infinite Warden, thank you. I always just call them 1 and 2.
Infinite damage.
Oh, my God.
Whoa.
Wow, that was so... I can't believe that didn't go with punished, honestly.
Oh, my goodness. Down 4 slide. How many of us go for the counter poke?
Many of us. Down 4 shoulder is like the Buffalo.
Down 4 shoulder and then late amplify for like the double mix up in there, right?
Like just doing everything possible unsafe to make you angry.
Oh! I've never seen round one. And we've already got him coming off the crushing blow of that amplified slide, which you have to get 3 of in order to activate.
Are we going to see another raw slide? I would almost put... I don't know. I don't know what I would put on it.
Would you bet your bottom dollar?
I need that bottom dollar.
Here we go. No breakaway. He's going to be able to play with a lot of damage here. Doesn't go off the second bar.
Wake up, fatal blow. Do it.
Oh. Why not? Why not in that situation, right? No, it's going to be great block on the back 3.
Oh, down 4 slide going under.
That's okay. Oh my goodness. Oh, these slides are actually paying off. They're avoiding so many things.
I think that must have been an accident. He did down 4 into interactable. I think it must have been an attempt to be something else.
I've been in this position a lot where Sub-Zeros are really savage with these kind of slides.
Wow, what was that? Back 2 whiff in a slide.
And you really...
Oh, my God.
So you really... Here, all the adjustment is really just blocking low. And just waiting, right? In these situations. But we never know if that's what Black is trying to force, and then just forward 2 cities is going to be coming. It's such a mix-up with Sub-Zero.
It is. Oh, nice flawless block. You're just talking about flawless blocks. Of course, nobody flawless blocks better than Geras.
What? Geras players just have, because they know that the up 2 is going to punish whatever that they're going to flawless block, right?
I also think the fact that he puts you...
as that backbreaker took the breath of both. Another down four slide working out.
Imagine if he could get crushing blow multiple times in a set off of it.
Okay, one hit in a fatal blow is going to do it, but he didn't have enough defensive meter.
So close. Okay, so that's a pretty wild play style, but Black is really taking it down to the wire both times.
That, I don't know, it's just unsettling to play against someone that's unconditionable and is playing so uniquely. You know, it's very hard to adjust to that in a first to two setting.
The crazy thing is that we saw like one overhead. Everything else was raw slides and neutral, and it was working.
And watch, here when it matters most, that forward two is going to come in clutch, isn't it?
Oh, I would hope so.
Unless Gurr blocks it, and then we're just flabbergasted, right?
Yeah, then we just know he's just like, yeah, slide me as much as you want, I don't care. Raw slide, he tried. No, raw sweep, that was not what he's going for. He's got to expect that down one.
Maybe he's buffering in down four slide, and if that catches an approach, the slide's going to come out.
Dude, he should do forward four on block into down one slide. Mark my words, that would work.
He's just do forward four slide.
Yeah, dude, there we go. That's the real strat. Honestly, he could do forward four into forward two. And he tried. I can't believe that didn't work. I actually can't believe that didn't work. But it's because he didn't do the down one.
And it's also the adjustments from Gurr here. You know, he's saying, you know, he's obviously seeing that down four cancel on the slide an awful lot. Mostly Black can make some adjustments here. Now that Gurr's finally blocked it, though.
Yeah.
Now that he's finally blocked it, and then the one time you go for the overhead, and Gurr's like, I got this block, coach, and he fully loads the. Oh, wait a minute.
The whole can.
Wait a minute. We thought the down low was complete.
Yeah. No, never.
But that Infinity Gauntlet is fully loaded. Any hit into the temporal advantage is going to be added damage, and it doesn't go away as long as you hit them in the temporal advantage with them.
Oh my god.
That's max damage right there, baby.
Look at that. He broke away after 317 damage.
You sneak into down three, which has the damage boost because it uses the gauntlet. And down two, max damage right there. Oh!
Is that it? No. That did way less damage than I thought it would.
No crushing blow. Everyone's used to only seeing that for the crushing blow.
Yeah, I know. I just assumed that the last hit also did a lot of damage out of crushing blow, but I wasn't quite right. And great adaptation by Gurr, because that is an extremely tilting play style.
That
to play
one
against.
block on the forward two actually blew my mind.
And the block on the forward four and down four slide.
Yes.
Like all together, you could tell. Like if that set went on, Gurr was going to control it considerably more of the time.
Gurr's definitely kind of like, woo!
Yeah.
just a little bit of a relief right there for Gurr right there. That was really good play. Just the difference in play style that you're not used to. And like I said, come out swinging like that, taking the first round. If you'd have won that first round, that may have been a different game.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was really, really close. I'm surprised that he didn't, honestly. I mean, he had a, like 60% life lead?
Gurr needed to come back.
Yeah, and he pulled it off, luckily, because he's scared, so he can. But he was running away with it for sure. I mean, again, I've never seen a round one slide amplify crushing blow.
Yeah, same here.
And then he landed anothave one in that round. Like if that character could land multiple, like on every fourth or something.
He had the opportunity to land plenty.
It would have been over. It would have been GGE.
Coming up to the stage, super excited to see him compete. We've got Hollywood Sleep, who is someone that I was very familiar with back in KI tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
He was one of the best KI players in the world. I believe he won the World Cup. Or Evolution, one of those two, one of the really big ones.
One of the big ones.
For Killer Instinct, and did play MKX back in the day, did play Injustice 2. He's been playing in our games for a long time. And he's got the skill needed to succeed. And I'm really excited to see him here.
Is Sleep the one who's playing Shao Kahn? I'm trying to remember. I think maybe. It's so hard to keep track of who everybody plays and everybody
if I
else
was
who
a betting
changes,
man, Sleep just doesn't play low tiers to me when I see him play other games. I'm not too sure who we might see. His archetype, I remember seeing his Arya back in KI, just crazy set play ability. I don't know who he's going to play here. But he also played most of the cast of KI, so I wouldn't know if I'm being serious with it.
Yeah, honestly, I don't even players that we've seen 100 times, I don't know who they're going to pick. I mean, we already saw Nubcakes earlier today, and I didn't even know that he was going to play Baraka, and he lives like 10 miles from me. So,
can I point out a matchup that's going to happen here in a bit?
Okay. I'll grant
because
you
this is one of the. I highlighted just a few matches here in these early pools that were like, whoa, and one of them is happening.
Which one is it?
It's Cyclone versus Blackout.
Oh.
Blackout, very strong Aaron Black player online. Cyclone also very strong Aaron Black player online. He has gotten top 3s in very big online 170 plus, 370 plus entrant events.
It's Cyclone with the 6 in it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's Cyclone. Okay, okay.
He has done very well, and he has the opportunity to make a huge run, but he's one of the few players that has a tough one early on in Blackout in what should be an Aaron Black mirror between two of the very best with the character.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be an interesting one. A lot of these pools have a lot of players that we haven't seen, so even just to have like two players that we know in a pool is pretty impressive. Just because there are a lot of players here, a lot of players.
Someone else coming up, Evo Hero, eons ago, Milky Situation.
Milky Situation's here?
Milky is here. I ran into him earlier, and it was so cool being able to see him here at Evolution where he made that miracle run back in MKX.
Yeah, making top 8 in MKX with Reptile.
That was 2015?
Yeah. It was the first year of it. Yeah.
2015.
Wow.
And so really cool to see him back here at Evolution, which happens to be the beautiful tournament stage that we are playing on right now, and the sleep rocking Baraka.
As DJT would say, although I can't say it nearly as well as him. But yeah, second Baraka that we're seeing on stream today, and what a solid character.
I say it like I'm a Roadrunner vocalist. Baraka. I like Jonathan Davis did. My bad there, guys.
You mess up your voice real fast that way, man. That is, side note, that is extremely skilled that they know how to do that
100%.
without like messing it up. Guido told me how to do it, and I was like, okay, I'm not even trying.
I scream here on commentary for 2 hours, and I'm gone. Oh, it's going to be an easy hit confirmed there, and he's going to be dead before the breakaway even is available. Didn't even have to come off the bar right there. Knew the gunner was going to do the damage alone.
Yeah, very, very smart to do that instead of Chop Chop, because technically you can break away from Chop Chop. Chap. Oh, that's not safe. That's just going to let more damage add up over time.
Would that make up the possible deficit of the Blade Spark versus the Body Chop, make it kind of an even trade?
The problem, I mean, it would technically, if you
by the time
amplify
you get it out, and all that fun stuff, yeah, we got Narat.
This is what I'm expecting to see a good amount of from Shang Tsung. I think we're going to see a lot of times where people just literally don't get in on him the entire round.
I could honestly see Sleep playing someone like Shang Tsung as well. He's also a very strong zoner back in KI as well.
Yeah, I mean, Shang is one of those all-around characters too.
Oh, the amplified body drop. That was so far behind Baraka, but the amplified just explodes the ground around it. It's got a huge hitbox.
It can hit you from off screen. It's pretty tough to see.
And does Narat have a Baraka? I mean,
he knows how to throw projectiles.
You're pretty much going to do it from there.
I want to see him transform into Baraka, put down a flag, and get the double damage buff. I've never even thought about that.
Oh my goodness. Could you imagine transforming the Baraka flag, fatal blow?
Oh my gosh. Or flag forward for crushing blow, fatal blow. There we go.
Oh, let the bodies hit the floor. That's what Shang Tsung's doing right now. And beautiful use of kind of forcing him into that far skull range. That's just zoning 101 here by Narat, turning that around.
And it's actually very hard for, especially this variation of Baraka, to do anything against ground skulls. You know, a lot of characters, they have like these far-reaching, pretty simple, easy options to deal with it, but not this Baraka. I know the command grab variation has a little bit more of an option, but this one, you've got to play so patient.
Can I just talk about how a KI player is rocking the Xbox pad here?
Oh yeah,
let's go.
I like the Xbox pad, man.
Oh, yeah, very solid.
Back in the day of MKX Pro League, we remember it was on Xbox originally, and I was like, oh, I have to use an Xbox pad? And I was like, oh, all right, I like it.
I actually really enjoyed it for KI. I had a really unique play style of using the D-pad for movement only. Is that weird?
Yes.
D-pad was movement only and then analog for the inputs.
That is extremely weird.
Yeah, I thought it was the coolest thing. I thought I was really cool for doing that, and it's not something I don't really talk about.
I don't know if cool is the word, but I don't really know what the word is.
Unique, I guess.
Unique is definitely one of the words. All right. Oh, interactable to get in. That's
maybe
super
that's
smart.
why I got bodied. Maybe it's just lack of skill alone.
The world may never know.
The world may never know. Ooh, good cash out there. Knowing the break was coming. Was that intent? I don't think that was intentional.
He did forward 2-1-2, and he hit the 2 with the 1, and so he got interactable at the end.
Ooh.
Plus unblock. He could have back 3'd right there and would have comboed.
Always got to watch out for that that down 4 coming off of the 4-2-4 2-1 block. Such a strong string is that.
Yeah. Oh, there it is again. combo. Here's the combo we were looking for. He did that a very backwards way from what I'm used to, but hey, whatever works.
Oh, look at this extra damage too. Ooh. Just needs another one. Jump kick versus jump kick.
Oh,
and that's going to do it.
That is definitely going to do it. He's going to bar. I don't know if he even needed to.
Okay. Okay. I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it.
Okay.
It took so long.
He's like, he got turned back to Shang. He's like, oh wait, I'm dead. I forgot.
So one of the big weaknesses of Shang Tsung that you might see, you know, here at Evolution is that when he does take your soul, which a lot of top players don't really use soul steal an awful lot, do they?
No, yeah, it's
because
risky.
There are situations where you can get full comboed into a guaranteed full combo because they had to wake up into the transformation.
Yeah, so the weird way that it works is if you wake up into transformation, you cannot block. But while you're getting up, you can do any of your normal wake up options. You can up 3 or up 2 as that character, or you can roll forward, roll backwards. But then you, after whatever that happens, you can get punished for it. But if you get re-standed or re-stood, I don't know what the correct grammatical way to say that is, in a combo, you cannot get punished for transforming back.
I think it's re-stand if we're watching it live, and it's re-stood if it previously happened.
Ooh, all right. I'll just take your word for it.
Wow. Not a big hitbox that is that Shang Tsung. You got to be right on him. Look at that close-up read.
Oh,
and Jump for the butt. If he would have committed right there, could have been it.
Wow. Great patience by Sleep. Definitely playing a very different style. I like it. I like it. First win. First. You know, I think Shang's pretty deserving of this because his fatality also happens to pull off their face. It's not him though. His goons pull off their face.
You know the squad, the boys.
The boys
down there. Good adjustments by Sleep here.
Yeah, he took the life lead and he just kind of ran away with it. But honestly, I think that even with a life lead, Shang can technically outzone. I mean, the damage off of body drop, 90%, that is huge. So you're slowly going to be gaining back that
90%.
life. Plus.
90%.
90%. Oh, yeah. Whatever, dude. Yeah, I mean, in an average Shang game,
like 90%.
it might add up to 90%.
Is he going to one-tap you? Let's go.
Sure.
No, it really does out-damage like every other projectile in the game.
Yeah. I think it's literally the highest damage projectile. If you're talking about just like a single projectile, plus if it hits out of the air, it gives you so much advantage because it gives them that little bounce. All right, starting off with zoning, big surprise.
150.
Oh,
just bam, gone.
He rolled backwards into another one. Look at this life lead already just disappeared.
He's already halfway dead. He's halfway dead right now.
Oh, he anti-aired him with the skulls. Oh, that breakaway is going to get him in, but I mean, it's not going to really prevent that much of the damage.
Yeah, there's a phenomenal stagger. Again, that kind of blows up flawless block attempts too that people might try to throw in there. On the 1-1-2.
Yeah, look at this damage coming back.
It's what, like 0 on block, 1-1? And that's plus range?
Yeah, just barely. Oh no, he doesn't have the experience. And he gets clipped.
So if you think Shang is going to do back 3, up 4, swing!
Yep.
That's what I do. Absolutely swing.
Yeah, it's pretty slow. It's pretty easy to like fuzzy the situation too. You block low, overhead. Can't really alter.
I'll just hold down until you see Shang Tsung do a somersault front flip in front of your face, and then you kind of stand jab, pick it up for a combo. You can down 2 to keep things single. Speaking of down 2s, we're swinging back and forth here.
Yeah, anti-airs.
And there was Naroth trying to make a read on the 1-1 stagger.
Down 1, Blade Spark Amplify. That is the read. Oh, nice. All right, blocks the overhead this time.
Oh, he's ready. And now maybe we might see a sneaky back 3-3 come in.
Maybe round or match point for both players. Final round.
Double match point to advance on the winner's side of their pool here at Evolution 2019. These guys are coming out of D113. Pool D113. There are 128 brackets to start off this tournament. What?
Oh, weird flawless blocks into nothing. Down 1s and a Blade Sparks working again. Is it down 3 into Chop Chop? Oh, great punish. And he doesn't have defense immunity.
No breakaway. This is absolute death.
Oh, wait, no, it's not.
Headbutt.
Oh, it is. Wow, okay. I did not think that was going to be enough, but that was
That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of knots. That's a lot of damage.
That was the absolute optimal punish that he could get right there.
Yes.
Beautiful patience. Great adaptation. I mean, starting to block the overheads, not getting out zoned even after, I mean, that was looking really rough, but he was patient and it worked.
And that's Hollywood Sleep right there.
Hollywood.
Love seeing him play these NRS games. And he's going to be moving along on the winner's side. Coming up next, we're going to have a situation
of
the Milky variety.
Of them, yeah, a very
You saw the cow
milky
hat
situation.
right before cutting over to us, and that's kind of his signature thing.
Yeah, he drinks a lot of milk on stream. It's like a very real thing.
Yeah.
He's got really strong bones.
Do you want to know? Okay, let's go way back in the day.
Okay. Way back.
You remember Tank Top Guy?
Yes.
He drank a gallon of milk every day.
Gallon of milk.
Yep.
And he's like, that pisses me off so much. I want to punch babies. I miss that guy, dude.
So what was scary is that he would have that milk on him throughout the whole day, and after like 6-8 hours, I'm like,
that milk can't be good.
That milk can't be that good at
No.
that point, but. I don't know. There's interesting in milky guys. I don't know what's going on. I don't understand it.
I don't know. There's something to do with milk.
Drink your milk, everyone at home. All right, it's how you get strong bones. Just,
There's a lot of like bone breaking in Mortal Kombat.
that's right.
So
How you fight that is calcium.
Yeah. Imagine like Milky situation, right? Fights against a Garrus player. The Garrus player lands forward 2-2 grab as or is it forward 2-2-4, and then he tries to break his leg and he goes and it just doesn't break.
That's right.
And then Garrus is like, what happens? I don't know what to do when I can't break all of the bones in their body.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Got milk?
Got milk?
There it is.
You would be great in a Got Milk ad because of the mustache, honestly.
I am. Every time I go to like a milkshake joint or something like that,
Wow.
I always
Are you living in the 50s?
Yeah.
A milkshake joint?
Yes.
All right. I believe it.
First off, I look like I'm from the 50s. Sorry.
Yeah, okay.
But no, I love rocking that nice, fully covered mustache. That's why at some diners I like to order hot chocolate just so it has the whipped cream.
Just so that you can do that effect.
To sip it. Yeah.
Do you just like drink just the whipped cream part and then you're just done?
And because of the movie Hot Fuzz, everyone likes to come up and say like, "Hey, you've got a thing on the mustache." I'm like, "I know I have a mustache," or like, "I know."
That's an old movie. I haven't seen that in forever. But hey, we're seeing Sudden Blackout versus Milky Situation. I actually just watched Sudden Blackout on the BB Tech stream earlier this morning. Very good player over there. And right now he's doing extremely well playing Sonya. The first Sonya that we're seeing, although I don't know why.
And Milky going with Jade. I think just rocking the green. I think he just loves green characters.
Have you noticed that green players, like players that play green characters, always play green characters?
Yes.
It's not just Milky Situation, it's every single one.
It feels like it.
I don't know what it is about green.
And I believe that he said that on Twitter too. Like that's why he plays Jade. He just has to keep it in the green family. Although could rock Aaron Black with the reptile skin boots and the acid.
No, that's just too sad, man.
You're just wearing your old character.
Wow, bring it all the way back. You don't usually see comebacks with Jade. It's a tough character, especially against Sonya.
Yes, indeed, where this the damage.
Whoa!
Makeup, good block in the overhead.
He threaded the needle right there.
And how many Sonyas get away with just the stagger on the overhead because you're looking for the actual punishable aspect of the string?
It's a really good stagger, super good. It's almost plus, honestly. Like, it's not plus,
I would
but
argue
mentally.
that it's plus because then you just do down 3 and swing again.
Yeah, or you throw, or you forward 3 if they're trying to down poke you, anything.
Then you're in the corner, then you die, and you're like, okay.
Why does nobody talk about the fact that she has a 10-frame mid? Ouch.
She has a 10-frame projectile. It's like 9 frames or something.
I don't actually. It's too fast.
It's ridiculous.
It's a footsie's projectile.
It's actual normal projectile. It's like normal that is a projectile. Like in this footsie range, it's actually a solid option.
It is, and especially because a lot of times if you jump over
it's quicker than a lot of other players or characters normals.
It is. I mean, look at Jade is a footsie's goddess, and she can't really deal with projectiles.
There we go. Milky getting a little carried away with those plus frames.
Yeah, it's scary because you really got to choose some sort of unsafe option afterwards.
And now what he might do is you see a lot of Jade players like Waz and Ton of Prime out here in the brackets. They'll cancel the amplified projectile. They can get very plus on hit and safe on block. Well, while taking away the gap.
Yeah. It's I mean that is a usage of meter though, so that's always scary. But Milky again bringing it back. Huge life deficit, now turning into a life lead.
Ooh, look at the anti with the stand jab too. That was really well reacted to by Milky, just not close enough. Was Mama Blade.
Oh yeah, we could see zoning here. Oh no, didn't punish.
There's the wiggle stick and a hit confirmed. That should be it.
I think that should. Yeah, I really thought that there was going to be a punish after the whiff projectile, but I guess forward 3 was still, or back 3 I think that was.
More.
A little bit too slow.
Go. I love the grace of Jade during that fatal blow. It's so graceful as she just slits your throat, shanks you 6 times.
It's like she's dancing.
Yeah.
But very nice double comeback from the situation.
the situation, the Milky situation.
Milky situation. I missed the throw, though. That was legendary.
It might be under there. We don't know.
Might be. It's true.
Oh, big start here for Sudden Blackout. Forcing their early break, which means that the next hit is just going to be detrimental to this first round.
Oh, down one whipped. Very weird.
The hitbox that thing has, I'm surprised as well.
Yeah. Pretty sure it hits for full screen.
And what's so hard about aerial projectiles, like I talked about earlier with Sub-Zero, Jade's another one, so is Cabal.
Oh, this is going to hurt so bad.
You have to anti-air. You can't ground punish those.
Yeah, it's true. Oh, wow. Nice like wake up.
You know, not a lot of characters really can, because you have to, like, it's like frame perfect on a mid that you have to do.
Yeah, it's tough, and it's rough.
I would rather just go for the anti-air, and this has been full control by Sudden Blackout. That early breakaway really set the tone for the round, and Milky guessing wrong on the projectile.
Yeah, that's the thing is in this matchup, if Milky is to break away, if any Jade player is to break away, you need to create so much space, enough that you get all of your defensive bar back before the next kind of engagement.
Ooh, big instant jump one read there. That was an MKX read right there.
That was. Oh, man. Her jump one is always good, though.
Oh, that glow is active! And that was a good blow by Milky to realize what was actually going on.
Yeah, he was super ready for that situation. Oh, that's going to hurt. No defense bar. Oh, he could have punished way harder. Oh, no, Sony didn't have any meter. I'm a dump. I'm a dump. I'm absolutely a dump.
There's the stagger, and that's him tempting that flawless block of Sudden Blackout. Ooh, just the back one.
Oh, unsafe.
Very interesting. This is pretty much patented Sonya play. You know, a lot of staggers in a down three, and down three is so plus on hit. This is back one mix coming out, raw fatal blow, and we're gonna do the dance of death again.
All right, now that it's gonna be gone, and it's been a really important tool so far in this matchup. Milky has landed like every single time that he needed to, but it's match point now for Milky. And we actually haven't seen a single fatal blow from Sudden Blackout, and she is one of the best in the game.
So quick,
so far, and so easy to convert it to, and everything.
Very good getting out that glow early. Oh, here we go.
Just gonna get a nice little knockdown, switch sides.
Good go for the side switch rather than coming off the bar for the sweet chin music.
Oh, that was a good whiff punish.
Oh my goodness.
Again!
And you know, I am of the mindset that instant jump normals are sometimes some of the best anti-airs in the game.
It's true, especially in this game.
Because instant jump ones have universally been incredibly fast, like 4, 5, 6 frames. So quick.
Yeah, and a lot of times they don't really have hurt boxes on the end of them, but they don't have angles that you can really use them too effectively as a jump in. Some characters have that in this game, Sonya's is one of them.
Yeah, there's really good for air-to-airs, or in that situation of, you know, having the quicker startup frames being active can be so strong against those deep jumping attempts.
All right.
Sudden Blackout one hit away from taking us to a final round here. Oh, final game potentially.
Oh, he tries to shadow kick. Oh, fatal blow is available now too, just in case it wasn't enough. Oh, you can check with the drones. Oh, gets clipped the last hit. Oh, but again, the instant jump one. He's air to air.
I'm telling you, he had to have played MKX Sonya Blade. That was such. It was such a Sonya thing to do from every player that I saw with her.
Can I also just note, by the way, I saw this earlier on stream, but this man has a hat with just his tag on it. I really want a hat with just my tag on it.
That's how you get your name out there.
Yeah, you cannot.
That and getting a big win on the main stage of Evolution here.
He already got a win early on stream in the other game. So
in another game.
Yeah, but now he's got a chance for two. Who can say that twice you won in 2 different games on stream in one EVO?
That's how you diversify your profile right there.
Oh, you diversify your
fighting game profile.
Your fighting games. Yeah. Well, there used to be the whole stock market thing, you know, once upon a time.
Increasing the stocks by putting your money in different stocks, essentially, right?
Yeah, there you go.
I don't even know what we're talking about anymore, Chef.
Don't put all your fighting game eggs in one basket.
That's right.
Wow, look at this pressure. What is this? Are we watching Jade? We're watching, I don't know, Liu Kang? Question mark?
Very aggressive Jade here.
All right, dash up raw fatal blow is the move. Trust me. That would have been it right there.
Oh, he was looking for the confirmation off the wiggle stick, and there is no breakaway. It's gonna come right now. He's gonna go right now. So
nice.
Smart. Right as the breakaway came, Blackout gonna come off it for the first time and solidify this round, put himself on match point.
All right, now look at that. Defensive meter is gone.
This is a nightmare situation against Sonya Blade.
Don't get
nightmare.
hit. Just run. Just run. Just get away from her.
And he's actually trying to get aggressive here, it looks like. Okay, there's the movement back.
Okay. You still only have half of your defensive bars. All right, it looks like there should be enough time to build back that last one, but I don't know. It's scary to move in right now. You still have a good 5-6 seconds. Okay, you're probably good now. Down one? No.
That was really good patience right there out of Milky, just making Blackout whiff on that jump normal, having the whiff punish ready. That's just solid fighting game play right there. Is it going to be a pickup? No. I don't know if the dagger or amplified dagger would have picked up there.
I don't either. It was weird. It was just barely picking Sonya up out of a jump. Really weird situation. Oh, whip punish. Could have just back one.
A lot of whiffs here at just outside of, inside of sweep distance even for Jade apparently.
Oh,
that down four is mean.
It is one of the best down fours in the game.
Look at the pushback. Oh, that is the most awkward anti-air animation I think in history, in NRS history. Just right to the ground.
Slams him down. All right, final round. And so far we've seen this aggressive Jade from Milky's situation work pretty well. The offensive glow. Oh no, that was, what? No punish? What kind of risks are you taking? Plus frames? Nope, just ended in nothing, and the stagger is gonna work. More plus frames into another.
A little bit of a shimmy right there by just holding forward, and this is just absolute offense here by Milky Situation. Fought himself out of a bad situation with his back to the corner, just swinging with those boots.
And no fatal blow available for sudden blackout. This is so many back 3-4-3s. Oh my god!
And this is just relentless right now. Blackout is just in a constant vortex, guessing which special is going to cancel into. Is it not going to cancel into? Am I going to eat these plus frames or not?
Oh no! Okay, defensive bars available. No breakaway, late breakaway.
Does have a fatal blow to his throat if he wants to.
Oh!
Wait a minute!
Oh, and you're not going to win that trade. More than one projectile away, and Milky closes it out to the final hit.
Wow, what a match here early on at Evolution. Milky Situation, one of the heroes years back from Mortal Kombat, clutching it in the final moment. One hit separated both of those players. Milky Situation going to move on, and on the winner's side. Wow. And I believe that may be out in the winner's side. That was round 3. I think that is out in the winners.
Yeah, okay. That was... I cannot believe how many back 3-4-3s landed in that matchup.
Was ridiculous.
It was back 3-4-3. Back 3-4-3, it hit. Back 3-4-3, it hit into the plus on, or the amplified glaive. Back 3-4-3, it hit. Back 1-2, it hit. It's like, oh my god!
And back 4-3.
Yeah,
spin.
Back and then he blocked it, and then he got hit with the spin.
You know, guys, it's kicks.
It's like we were watching like Liu Kang right there, you know? It's just like string into option, string into option, string into option.
Right.
Except for it's like way worse Liu Kang.
Way worse Liu Kang right there. A lot less reward on actually working.
Yeah, I mean, we saw how many times it landed, and still it went down to the last hit.
Yeah, I mean, he had to have hit him about 12 times and was still at half health, and Sonya Blade just needed the one, right?
Yeah, so
it almost happened.
Yeah, super close. I mean, that was a real big risk right there to try and trade with projectiles. I mean, I guess the only thing that would have really beaten it was exactly what Milky did, but I don't know. Hey, it was the right read.
And it was. All right, we got 2 more players coming up for your guys' viewing pleasure. It's going to be the Mad King himself.
Oh,
burn them all, baby. Going up against Donnie Cons. I hope I'm saying that right.
I hope you're saying that right, too. I have no idea.
Whoa. That's the Mad King right there, bro. You want to chill out.
He can't see, but I'm staring him down, too.
Oh, yeah. You better watch your back. Jamie Lannister's out there, bro. Just want to let you know that.
We're gonna see, I think, a lot of Game of Thrones names today.
I mean, we saw someone with the prefix GOT, Dracarys.
Yeah, two so far. Who else are we gonna get? I'm trying to think if there's anybody else who's got a name. I know there was.
What if he had the name before Game of Thrones?
Ooh.
And we're just,
I don't know. I mean, to be fair, like in this one in particular, there's a lot of Mad Kings in a lot of different stories.
There is.
Probably real Mad Kings, too.
And these guys are warming up with the classic Sub-Zero versus Scorpion. I hope that's a matchup that we get right here. What a classic.
We have not seen any Scorpions yet.
Shocking how we're in an offline setting, and Scorpions haven't really come out to play.
Yeah, very shocking.
Although I will say that one of my storylines coming into EVO here is that for the first time ever, we have competing offline in a major setting. Theo.
Wait, Theo's here?
Theo is here.
What?
And competing, and he plays Scorpion.
Theo also lives like 10 miles from me, and I didn't even know that guy was still alive.
Yeah, he is here, and he is playing incredibly well.
All right, that's such a weird pick for him. He's like Zoner 101, you know?
I mean, Spear is one of the strongest zoning tools in this game.
I guess so.
That's a safe full-screen launcher.
Still, though. I mean,
Against most of the cast.
he could choose a character that has 4-2-3 as their footsie tool and shoots air lasers.
Wait.
Oh, all right. I like that the person named Mad King is... I don't like him anymore. I don't like him anymore.
Come on!
Do you know how excited one was for that storyline? All right, so this is the first Cassie that we're seeing.
Going straight to the Cage family instead.
Cage match.
Hello.
I miss a lot of the MKX intros. So the first Cassie that we're seeing, interesting character. Definitely the overall. I guess I would say all the top players say she's number 1, right?
Yes.
But almost nobody uses her.
She's just so good across the board, and so she's one of those characters that has the tool set needed to really be successful against almost every character in the game.
Yeah,
but it's all about application of those tools and of that knowledge. She really requires a strong fundamental player,
Right.
to really accentuate. I don't know the correct words there.
You got this.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Close enough to accentuate those tools,
Yes.
right?
You need somebody who can really play off of her strengths by being super lame sometimes and being like really good at neutral. But you know, we have a lot of players like that in the community. I'm just surprised that we're not seeing more of them. Nice punish, goes for the full string, breakaway. It's definitely not good to break away that late into that combo. I mean, you know, you obviously do if you can, if you have to, but you want to break away early, before, like right after the first gunshot hits, because you don't take any Oki.
Now, she's also a character that's not the most exciting on paper to really play, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it depends on your play style.
Chef, I looked right at you when I said that, by the way.
What? You think I play Cassie? I don't know what I am.
I was at Summit with you, bro.
Yeah. That was a long time ago. That was a different chef.
You also played pre-patch Quan. So
I did play pre-patch Quan.
so let's just...
But then I had to deal with pre-patch Kung Jin, so...
That is right. Pre-patch Kung Jin, Kung Lao.
Remember when Instant Jump 1 was a thing? He could just
ooh, good bloody nail red. Here's the punish. Out of Donikins, I hope I am saying that name right.
I think Donikins.
At Mr. Rockman on Twitter, if I'm saying that wrong, and tell me how to pronounce that.
So nobody still told me how much... Oh, that's a good punish, and that's going to be it. Nobody told me how much Scorpion Crushing Blow throw does.
Ooh!
Wow. I should do that more. That's smart. You never see that Crushing Blow. That's like a really insulting one to end with.
That's like the Fox one where you just have a nice charged or like slow way to do it. Hey, I'm shocked he doesn't do that with Cassie, since he does it with Aaron Black with the stance rifle hold when you're out of bullets.
You're right. That's true. That's a very
Fox honestly might need to learn from this.
Yeah. This is the next level of Sonic Foxery.
Ooh, big drop there.
Wow, that wake up 3 totally whiffed, surprisingly. Not the best wake up 3. There's one weakness that Sonya really has. It's that up 3.
Really, her wake ups in general. You know, her up 2 is
pretty good.
Yeah, it's got a big arcing kind of thing to it, but it doesn't really hit far forward at all.
That's true. Yeah. That is true. It is really fast, so it depends on the situation. It hits behind her, which is nice.
But does it depend on the monkey situation?
Oh.
Here we go. No breakaway available. Did drop the first time around. There we go. There's some successful combo into the corner. He's going to keep him. Restood.
Almost could have gone for guaranteed chip right there, but chose to try the throw.
Oh, he has one hit from death. He could have committed to the fatal blow right there.
No dash cancel either. I mean, dash cancel definitely would have been the confirm that won the game. No chance to breakaway, but...
Listen, a Mad King would have just 50-50 to the fatal blow right there.
Yeah. Live up to your name, especially after not choosing Shao Kahn. I almost called him Kotal again. I almost did it.
That's very insulting, Chef.
Sorry. I'm not sorry. You just insulted me. You called me a Cassie player.
I mean, you called yourself a Cassie player.
Once.
Here we go. Oh, she tried to break away, but he just got the bar. You heard the...
Yeah.
I love that Mortal Kombat tells you that you done messed up. Even go back to MKX when you're out of stamina trying to run or break away.
Oh my! That
breaker
felt so much worse to hear that in MKX. It's like stuck in my brain. Seconds. Okay. What's just the scariest noise in all of Mortal Kombat to you? I know what mine is. Oh, no, didn't go
Oh,
into
one
fatal
more hit,
blow
one more
again. All right, you should win this one. No, maybe not.
No anti-attack with a down one. There is a breakaway available. Trying to get it down 2 out. They don't do enough damage. It's just going to go up and
Wow,
swing right there.
2 rounds in a row. The low hit, and there was no commitment to the fatal blow from Mad King. Either one would have absolutely won. Or, I mean, if there was any more meters spent, anything. But Cassandra Cage, keeping it solid.
I think that just, you know, Mad King had to try to do the Sony special, which is the commitment in those situations with that fatal blow that makes it so scary at the end of the day, because even mid-screen, you know, you're like, man, I can kind of eat the low and it's no big deal.
Right.
Except for when fatal blow is available.
And then you're like, well, I die one way or the other, so let me just guess. And then they stagger and throw you, and you're like, oh, damn it.
because in those situations that he did those lows, they weren't going to kill.
Yeah. Unless he did fatal blow, but then he didn't do fatal blow. So there goes the entire situation.
But he's going to go down into the loser side of the bracket and hopefully see him later on. But it was Donnekin's looking really strong with Cassie.
Yeah,
but
super solid.
Played that game really well, just solid from the ground up. Kept him restood. Just utilized those big, beefy mid-normals. Good hit confirms into the gunshots as well, getting those launchers. And yeah, you're right. It was a little bit of lack of potential matchup knowledge in where you want to break away against Cassie.
Yeah.
Because if you do break away after that first shot, if she really does lose pretty much everything in that situation.
She loses all the Oki and all of the damage from the amplified gunshot shots.
Yes.
But if you do it late,
so you only eat the string into the first low shot, which is nothing at the end of the day.
Right, and it's not a big deal. Plus, you actually kind of have, I don't know if you actually have advantage, but you recover way, way quicker because, you know, she has to do all the rest of the shots and roll back, and then your character just kind of gets up and you're like, all right, my turn.
That's right, and if you play something like Gears, you just, whoa, trap it.
Chop.
Man, those are some really good matches. We saw some of the favorites that are coming into Evolution, but it is such a long road, guys. This is 128 brackets, and 4 come out of each bracket, so you're still dealing with almost half of the field when you get
I like
out
that
of
you would
pools.
just immediately drop trying to do that math, because I would have done the exact same thing.
Someone else can do it. Somewhere around this number, a lot of people is the actual math. 500 plus just outside of pools to get through, and it's just nothing but savagery until we get to even around top 96 is going to be nothing but matches that I think are going to be bloodbaths. Maybe even more than that.
Before that. Probably almost guaranteed way before. Remember, at CEO, we were like seeing the matches to get into top 96, and we're like, this could have been a top 8 match.
Whoa. So I fully expect that here at Evolution as we progress through this bracket. And even early on, we're getting some very exciting matches. These players have really come to play.
They have, absolutely.
And this is where you want to do it, right here at the World Championships of Evolution.
Right, but that's it for this block. Of course, there's 2 more blocks of pools after this, so be sure not to go anywhere because there's more Mortal Kombat 11 right after this.